real? Oh, no.
Packing.
Let's go.
Boston
State of orange. Today. In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000. USA, USA, USA.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
What?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. That was a hard out, and this is a nice welcome to our humble abode, the DraftKings Thunderdome. On this Big Ball Talk Wednesday, August 19th, this show starts now.
Football!
It is fantastic. We have another round of preseason games kicking off tomorrow night on ESPN as the Monday Night Football crew has their first game of the year. The Raiders and the Texans will do battle on a field that will be televised as they do battle right now on a field in joint practices. We got joint practices across the board, and there's been some big old fights. Now, Chuck Pagano sent me a text this morning, and he said, there was never any joint practice fights whenever we were coaching. We were with the 9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler's here. We practiced with the Lions, I believe. And he said he also did a practice with maybe the Bears. I think we did a practice with the Bears. And he said you have a meeting with all the leaders, both teams, both coaches, everybody in one room. We're not fighting. You get in a fight, you get kicked out of practice. What happens if everybody on the roster gets in a fight? Have you seen the clips out of the Saints and the Cowboys?
I have.
I think everybody on the field got into a brawl. Yep. Now, I'm not going to bury it. I saw Louis Riddick, and I respect Louis Riddick. He's going to be a general manager one day, so I think the way he views things has to be that. This is inevitable. I think joint practices, a fight is inevitable. Now, Chuck Pagano told me this morning that I was at a couple joint practices and there wasn't a fight at them, so shout out to that team's leadership. I think this is an 85% outcome somewhere. Now, obviously, this is a full melee. I mean, and there was a German suplex by a Steiner. You know, I mean, there was a helmet toss. I mean, there was so many things that took place in this joint practice. So obviously, whenever you have that many people buying in, these are two teams with good cultures. Okay. Dallas Cowboys running sprints after practice on their own accord. Obviously, if one of them gets in a fight, they're all going to come. New Orleans Saints, everybody's talking about how happy they are, how together they are. One of them gets in a fight, they're all together. There's some good we can take away from these fights. This seems like a together bunch. Okay, this seems like a group that is very together. Now, obviously, throwing punches and haymakers at helmets and non-helmets and belly-to-back suplexes and German suplexes and things can lead to injuries. And it can also lead to the question, you got enough energy to fight each other? Are we not practicing hard enough? That's what every coach will say. But every coach will also say, as a Steiner gets grabbed, tossed around, you're going to do that to me? I don't think so. This is Scott Steiner's boy doing Rick Steiner's German suplex in 3, 2, and boom. How you doing? He needs to just head to NXT right now and join Braun as the Steiner brothers could return in this whole thing. But nonetheless, joint practices have brought a lot of activity, a lot of energy, a lot of potentially very stupid plays, but also a lot of things that showcase how together a group could potentially be. Now, I think this will inevitably only continue as joint practices happen, but I love the fact that we got real football action. We got jobs on the line. We got real emotion. We got real energy. We got real deep balls. We got real quotes. We got real hard knock season this year, it feels like, as we're following along with the Seattle Seahawks. Baseball is bringing it. WNBA put up its biggest number that it's ever had. Sports are on fire right now. We're very incredibly lucky that we get a chance to chat about them. I am going to be on Monday Night Countdown this upcoming season. Very lucky and thankful to be a part of that. Monday Night Football is obviously a gigantic thing, just in the world of sport as a whole. The fact that I have any part of being there and everything like it is crazy, and I'm very thankful, grateful, and humbled for the opportunity. Excited for the fall football tour. College game day on Saturday, obviously Monday Night Countdown, and then covering it every day alongside you guys. And I think there's some more announcements that could potentially be rolling out about it all here in a few weeks or whatever the case is. But we are very pumped. For the good of sport, for the good of ball, I'm lucky to be there. Great team over there. Obviously, I've never got a chance to work with Scott Van Pelt. What's that?
I was reading a tweet. I hope you don't look like
Who is that guy?
That new money. He eating good.
Yeah.
Eating good, my boy.
I don't know, Ari. Ari, I appreciate Ari Mirov, and I feel like we have provided him some numbers over the last
a lot of numbers.
I feel like he's provided a lot for us too. Ari is a grinder. We appreciate that. Scott Van Pelt, perfect, smiley, happy guy. Jason Kelsey, big thumbs up. He just pissed on some AI. Yeah, he's keeping the servers cool. McCourty, obviously, big, happy, smiley guy. Swagoo, love him.
Yeah. Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that guy next to Swagoo? That's not you. I know that's not you.
I'll tell you what, I woke up, I kind of got a little Aaron Donald to me. I didn't, if you look at that. Nonetheless, excited to join that incredible crew.
You ever seen Reacher?
I saw him.
Yeah, I got some Reacher.
Yep, exactly. His neighbor wanted some.
Yeah.
He gave it to him.
Right,
New season's pretty good.
Yeah, I think if that's what I'm looking like, Ari, thank you. Okay, and we will send you more photos. But I am pumped and honored to be a part of that. Football season is going to be great. We're already in it. The Talk Stables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Sweet shirt.
Thank you very much.
It does not say Stalin.
No, Stally.
Okay. Okay.
Shout out to Stalin. Not really,
that up?
but, you know.
Not,
guy.
not shout out.
No
to
shout
Stalin.
out.
He was a bad man.
This is a shout out to Stally.
Yeah, not Joe Stalin.
Not a
Joe
good
Stalin.
man.
Yeah,
Right.
of course.
Not a
What
good
is
man.
Stally? Just so we can.
One of a guy I know.
You were not expecting me to actually
No,
ask.
I wasn't at all. We had this exact same conversation over there about 35 minutes ago. A guy I know near me played football at Iowa, then played for the Buffalo Bills and a couple other teams. He retired. He started a clothing company, so this is his clothing.
Shout out
company.
Stally.
Yeah,
Shout out
Stally
Stally.
for Stallions.
Yeah, Stallions, not Joseph Stalin, not the former leader of the Red Curtain.
I'll tell you what, you were kind of standing like this to me earlier, and all I could see is the STA with the L and then the straight, and I'm like, okay, we're really going to
He was
really gonna stir
communism.
the pot today.
Well,
we're really going to.
You know what? And we don't need to go down this. I mean, not a good guy, obviously, but let's not forget
What do you
whose
mean,
side
but?
Joseph Stalin was on in WW2. It was ours.
Okay. All right, so you're saying
Yeah.
what kind of a Stally?
Yeah, Joe Stalin was a bit of a Stally. You could make that argument.
No,
You could make that. I'm not saying it would be
Bad
right.
dude.
Was
I'm
on
not
our
saying
side the
it
whole
would be
time.
wrong.
He was very good at what he did.
But you could make that argument.
All right, let's go to whatever the hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys AP Tone. Obviously, D Butch is here. D, but I had no idea.
Jeez
That's
Louise.
how this is
I
gonna
love
start.
when we do history.
Yeah, well,
start.
the thing about history is it's a mystery.
Yeah, well said.
It tends to repeat itself.
Yeah, it certainly does.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do it again some point, and we hope to not be the ones that make the mistake, and that's why we hope to be Stallies
Exactly.
in this whole world. Don't we, Con Man? Being Stallies, not Stalin.
Yeah, I'd just like to confirm that Stalin's nickname wasn't Stally. You know, that's kind of my other worry as we have this
was his
conversation.
nickname?
Is did friends of Joseph Stalin call him Stally? Because then all of a sudden we have to really hammer home that it's LLY, not STALI Stally. You know, but again,
This is about a guy who played football at Iowa.
yeah, who played for the Buffalo Bills, which I don't love, but still cool that he is doing something with a clothing line. Stallions, I like that type of shirt too. You can spell it out.
Yeah, we just put a horse on there.
For sure.
Just a good-looking horse.
They called him Uncle Joe during WW2. I didn't know that.
One down here.
That little horse?
Yeah,
Hey.
find it.
I'm going to be honest.
It's down there.
People are going to be surprised about this.
I'm surprised about this. That is not.
That's a high-quality spot to put on a shirt.
Oh, yeah.
On merch. Somebody had to hand do that. So the amount of money he's getting in return, much lower than obviously just a standard print. And that's what Stallies do with their merch.
well said.
And there's even a horse on the back, I think, on the outside.
Is there?
Yeah, I think if you were to turn around, it'd be right there on like where you
Oh,
tag.
yeah.
Right, so
That's a good spot too.
I've never met this guy or know this guy, but just say, hey, we like what you're doing with your shirts, pal.
Detailed.
He's really gonna appreciate it.
Well, the Stallion news out of racing, horse racing is
Yeah, look out.
Rapol is about to get to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
He might. Who knows if he gives up on the XUFL? Which one? UFL.
UFL.
Yeah,
He
it's
gives
about
up on
time.
the UFL to get into horse racing more to fix it. We shall see. Rapoli will definitely do that. Okay, let's talk about some of the things happening around these joint practices. The Houston Texans and the Las Vegas Raiders are obviously a huge storyline. Clint Kubiak, head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, Super Bowl champion with the Seattle Seahawks, has come on and said there's going to be a lot of Nando. Okay, there's going to be a lot of Nando tomorrow. So that means probably a lot of Kirk Cousins being rested. Kirk Cousins opened up a little bit during a press conference about, what could have possibly been the conversation between he and Max, and then also Houston Texans players in this joint practice.
A little upset toward the end of practice. So what exactly happened on that?
Well, my elbow got hit, and I joke with Max. I say, you can touch me anywhere you want. Just don't touch my arm. But you want to bump me in the ribs. I think if anything, hit me in the hips or the ribs is actually good because it simulates what I need to feel. I said the elbow and the shoulders where I could sprain something pretty easily. So if you could just help me, I got some scars from some hits in real games where helmets go into armpits and things, and it ruins your season. So I was just asking him to just stay off the arm, and had to remind the Texans as well. You can hit me anywhere you want, or I might as well just take the red jersey off because you're playing with sometimes an understood rule that if it's not understood, then what are we doing?
I like the Kirk. Still, hey, listen, this is an understood rule. Why am I even in this red jersey? I mean, what are we even doing? I appreciate him sticking up for himself, but also showing Nando, like, hey, you got to stick up for yourself.
Yep.
Because I assume Kirk Cousins saying, you need to get the fudge out of my face. Very similar to how Nando might potentially have to do it. But you do got to kind of take a stand. Now, on that note, it is crazy that we're still talking about Max Crosby potentially hitting the elbow in the arm of his own team starting quarterback. Max Crosby's all gas, no brakes.
One speed.
Kirk Cousins is saying, okay, well, let's just do what guys do when they fight each other and they want to punch each other in the face. You can just punch me you can hit me wherever you need to hit me. You want to hit me in the ribs? That'd be good. Hit me in the hips? That's fine. That's abnormal, I think, for a starting quarterback. Is this what Fernando's just going to have to expect being a Las Vegas Raider?
Yeah, as long as he's there with Max, that's for damn sure. But I like Kirk kind of stepping up and standing up, I guess, for himself. You know, I've never been a teammate of Kirk, so I've never really seen him behind closed doors. But this is kind of abnormal for the Kirk cousins that I know to kind of stand up and even talk shit or get quote unquote physical with Max Crosby. And then you think about the guys coming off the edge down in Houston, like, I mean, Will Anderson and Hunter, I mean, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
This is kind of part of, I guess, the downside. We saw the fights of joint practices because these aren't your brothers. These aren't the guys you care about the same way. I think Kyle Shanahan said, like, yeah, Christian McCaffrey, he's banged up. He would have practiced. We were practicing against ourselves. But since it is a joint practice, we're going to hold him out. And that's why, because, you know, part of that, you know, sharpening that iron is like, okay, now I'm going against another guy in another jersey. Finally, now I can do a little bit more that I wouldn't be comfortable doing in my own practice. We saw it with Seattle and the Hard Knocks. Hey, stay away from the quarterback. That halo gets a little bit smaller when that's not your franchise quarterback on the other side of the ball. So this is just part of it.
Yeah, Bo Nix and Nick Bonito got into it out of Denver, allegedly. He got a little bit close to the pile, got upset later. Bonito was on top of a pile. Bo Nix says, how about now? Huh?
I see it.
Yeah, a little bit more fun when the Rabbits got the gun, pal. It feels like there is a little bit of haste and tension happening around a lot of NFL training camps. You got to remember, these are a lot of alpha dudes, a lot of power, a lot of speed, a lot of physicality, a lot of soreness, a lot of long days. It's hot,
muggy.
I mean,
and these guys aren't getting a bunch of reps in the actual preseason games like the starters. So this is really when they're trying to ramp up and really get ready, because at this point, you know, soon the backup backs will start to take the majority of the reps, and then the starters will start to kind of prep for week one with scout teams and stuff like that. So, you know, these vets are trying to ramp up and get ready for week one.
Yeah, they're also trying to, you know, set the tone on what the year is.
Yeah.
Bo Nix trying to do the same damn thing. How about this, Bonito? Almost won defensive MVP last year.
Yeah.
He had 15 sacks. I forget.
Yeah.
16?
Couple pick sixes.
Whatever it was. The amount of sacks he had was just outrageous. I like Bo Nix is going, how about this? And then they have to be separated. And then what happens the next day? Or the next morning, or the next night, they got to sit down right next to each other. It's a fascinating thing, football training camp. It really is. And I think Zaire Franklin and Tucker Kraft actually had a scrap or something, and then they eat breakfast every morning. And I think Zaire said, yeah, tomorrow morning I'll be eating breakfast with Tucker Kraft. And what you just saw out there, just kind of status quo. Football is insane. It's the greatest.
Yeah, it is.
I genuinely believe that this is going to be the best football season yet.
I'm with you.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
I think so too.
Talents is best and better than it's ever been.
Preseason games way better than they've ever been.
Yes.
I think that's an indicator that the regular season is going to be the best
season yet.
Joining us now is a man who might be able to tell us if that's true or not. He, senior NFL insider for ESPN. I believe he's part of the Monday Night Countdown crew.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah.
I think he's been ESPN a long time.
Did he get fat too?
Never.
He's on treadmill. Not as much as John Schneider, which that guy, the amount of treadmill time he's spending, holy hell, what's going in?
About 30 a night.
I mean, he's got to be, he's fighting. That's an all day. He's simply on the treadmill 6-7 hours. Then at night, he's just fighting all of that, and then he's back on it in the morning.
He's a dog.
He had the cowboy. He was in complete control. He's on the phone and had an iPad while he was just walking off a beer.
Wide.
Vodka.
Wide.
2 more beers.
Wide.
Maybe 6 more beers.
Wide.
Just watching film, making the Terrion Arnold situation happen with Nicole Lynn from Clutch, I do believe.
Weapon.
She's an absolute weapon. She has some of the biggest contracts across all of sports. An absolute beast the way she was talking to John Schneider. Nice little peek inside of this. But he's on the Cowboy remote watching film on somebody he's trying to film or who's going to be on the team. He's talking to her about, make him a better person, better player. It's an outrageous clip. And then he's on that treadmill like 6-7 more times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then we look at him.
Kind of jacked.
See, we got to see him with his shirt off. He might have those abs.
Yeah,
that
I
pop
think he
out.
does.
Like
actually.
I kind of have a little an exit on the stomach area.
Yeah, and he might have
Kurt Angle. He might be built like Kurt Angle.
Exactly.
Yeah, it seems like he potentially already is. Guy's champion multiple times. He is one of the greatest GMs of all time. Will go down as that.
Oh, yeah.
So us having this much access to him with Hard Knocks, sick.
Yeah.
Also, I did not expect him just to be walking all day long, but that's what happens when you're getting it done.
That's right.
And at night,
when you like ice cold pops, you got to be walking like that.
yeah, or you're going to be a big fat slug.
Exactly.
He's still getting it
Joining
done.
us now is a guy who I don't think has ice cold beers, but he does work out all the time. I think we've caught him in the middle of a workout no less than 2,000 times, probably.
Yeah.
Senior NFL insider for ESPN, Michigan man, Adam Schefter.
Yeah.
jacked.
I just don't have the walking desk like John Schneider. But by the way, let me just say this: congratulations, welcome to the Monday Night Team, Pat. Awesome. That's pretty cool. So you got not enough work during the day that you need to do Monday nights now. That's like, you know what you should do? You should join the unsportsmanlike radio team Monday through Friday, and then you could do radio. Then you can do your show. Then you do Monday night. You can do everything. Come on NFL Live too.
Yeah, I understand. Hey, listen, NFL Live, back-to-back Emmy award-winning program.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could set foot on there, but if we're already going to be at the Monday Night Football locations, as a celebration of ESPN, ABC, Super Bowl this season, and hopefully the best season yet. For already to be there, I think it was a natural convo. And there's a couple more, there's a couple more conversations potentially going to roll out that people are going to be so pumped up about. But we are very lucky and thankful, and I think this is a big part of why, the ESPN partnership made a lot of sense. ESPN has invested so much in sports, has so many rights, so much access, has since the beginning of time. Rest in peace to Mr. Rasmussen. The 24/7 sports idea obviously paid off in a big way, but the amount of money that ESPN and Disney have invested in agreements with sport and into sport as a whole is obviously in abundance. So the amount of access and things you can get to. I mean, we were at the Home Run Derby a couple years ago with ESPN. The NHL Stanley Cup's happening, college football playoff, all of them's happening, Monday Night Football's happening. It's like
NBA Finals
somehow. It's like ESPN has access to all these things. So we're very thankful and lucky for our partnership with ESPN in this. And it was one of the big reasons why, this seemingly was the only option for us if we were to license our show anywhere. Now, Shefty, you can report this. There was a much larger, and I'm just laughing because it was so stupid. What was potentially available, they say grass greener, other places, at this stage is outrageous. We are very thankful and lucky to be here. And all the reports about what's being paid to who, none of that has been accurate since we've started anything. So, it's just like we are very lucky and thankful to be on Team ESPN at this moment. We are very excited for the future. And let's go for the good of sport. Now, lucky to be there and thankful.
Are you saying that you had other opportunities to work on other primetime football shows, Pat?
I mean, if I was to just say what the other opportunity was, if I was to...
Some people thought it might have been a good idea to go there.
Some people, there was a real combos. But once again, ESPN, for what they have contributed to sport, we are we align in them. For the good of sport is what we hope to aim for. And it feels like ESPN and their investment, everything, we're lucky to be a part of it. Thankful to be a part of it. Lucky to be a partner of yours, a teammate of yours, Shefty. Now let's talk about some shit happening around the NFL, shall we? Christian McCaffrey, stiffness, soreness out there in San Francisco. He came out and said that if they weren't in joint practices right now, he would be practicing or playing. What do we know about Christian McCaffrey? And is there a deal coming up for him with him being, the 10th highest running back at this point or something like that?
Nothing to do with his contract. It is not contract related at all. There's not a new deal coming for Christian McCaffrey. He's going to be playing this season on his existing contract is the full expectation. I guess anything always could change. You never know with some of these running back contracts going up and being adjusted. But my understanding is that deal is that deal, and it'll be addressed after the season. We'll see if that holds up or not. His absence is not related to the contract. His absence is related to some muscle tightness that is not thought to be serious in any way, shape, or form. You heard Kyle Shanahan say yesterday that the only reason they held him out yesterday was because it was a joint practice, that if it were a regular practice, he would have been out there. And my understanding also is it's more along the lines of just being smart with a veteran who's had some tightness, nothing serious, nothing they're overly concerned about. But with him and his history and who he is and what he's meant, you always get concerned. But I don't think they're terribly alarmed, and he will be out there, barring some setback, opening night against the Rams in Australia.
Incredible news, because obviously Christian McCaffrey is a must-watch player. That's why he's on so many commercials, because we all understand that. So the Niners with Christian McCaffrey, obviously a much different team than without Christian McCaffrey. There's some stats coming out about what Christian McCaffrey did last year at his old-ass age that might warrant maybe a little rest. Hey, maybe you do just kind of chill. Let's get this guy to the season and maybe kind of have him relax. Curtis Martin, 31 years old, 400 touches. Walter Payton, pretty good football player, 31 years old. Tiki Barber, 30. CMC, 29. Okay, so whenever you get up in age and have 400 plus touches, that means you are the team. Okay, you are carrying the team literally in your hands. And we saw it with LeBron with the Lakers last year, where he was picking up how much he was kind of contributing on the court. You don't expect that out of an old-ass running back. Christian McCaffrey defying the odds. Will he be able to do this until he's 33, 34, 35? Remember, Christian McCaffrey was created by athletes who were created by athletes who were created by athletes. His entire family tree is... He's got maybe one of the most athletic family trees in the history of sport as a whole. So I believe in Christian McCaffrey. I can't wait to watch him. Thank God it sounds like we're not going to miss him for anything. Let's stay in the NFC West. Terrion Arnold, we got a chance to kind of watch John Schneider go through that entire process last night on Hard Knocks with Nicole Lynn from Clutch, who's an absolute beast of an agent. Can you tell us where we stand on that? He goes on the commissioner's list, but they sign him, but they don't sign him. Like, how much do we know about his case? Like, what is kind of the future for Terrion Arnold, who by all accounts from listening to the way John Schneider talked about him coming out of college, he's beloved. It feels like Saban came out and talked about him. I think his teammates loved him. It sounded like everything he was saying at the Combine was that of a guy who absolute dog and loves ball and everything like that. Then obviously very serious allegations come out and he gets cut and released from the Lions. Where do we stand with Terrion Arnold right now, Shefty? And what is kind of the projection?
They knew all along that the commissioner's exempt list was going to be the likely outcome. The question is, and it's always been the question here, how long was he going to have to remain on there, and was there a chance they would get him back this season? That's what they still have been navigating, and I would imagine some of those calls are going back and forth, because now, again, if you find out that the NFL tells you that it's going to leave him on that list the entire season, and you're the Seahawks, if you sign him and he's on that list, you owe him that money. So you're paying him for nothing at that point in time. So I would imagine there's some back and forth conversations here. The Seahawks absolutely were signing him, planned to sign him, and I still think that they will wind up signing him. But you have to figure out and account for all the legal issues that he's facing, how the NFL is going to handle it, and there are conversations that are being navigated right now.
Nicole Lynn of Clutch Sports said to John Schneider on the phone call that there were 7 other teams that were interested, and they were picking the Seattle Seahawks so that he could grow as a person and as a player. They liked his culture. Schneider liked all of that as well. Okay, let's pivot off of Terrion Arnold. We hope he gets a set. Well, we don't know, actually.
Yeah.
We have no idea what the thing is. That was very alarming charges.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what he said,
big
too,
time.
in Hard Knocks. Like, yeah, if you read the article about it, like, it was shocking. Like, the Lions kind of had to do what they did.
Yeah, and it seems like Terrion Arnold's attorney has come out and said, what are we talking about? Yeah, right, as he's done. So I guess we just let kind of the courts figure that out. Is that what we're doing now? We just kind of wait on the courts, Shefty?
Play out, yeah.
Well, I think it's the NFL. The trial...
Well, the NFL is going to say, we'll let the courts figure it out for sure.
But the NFL is going to weigh in before there's any trial. So the NFL is going to say, you're on the commissioner exempt list for 2 games, 4 games, the whole season, whatever it may be. They're not going to wait until the case is concluded. They can't do that, because if they did that, then he'd wind up playing this full season. And I don't think the NFL is just going to wave the flag and say, go ahead and play right now with these outstanding issues hanging over him.
Okay, got it. Thank you for the update there. D-Bud has a question for you, Shefty.
Yeah, Shefty, we've seen some huge deals announced this offseason. Devin Witherspoon obviously reset the cornerback market. We all expect Christian Gonzalez, corner for New England Patriots, to be paid soon as well. Outside of Gonzo, is there anybody else that we can expect a huge deal from before the season starts?
Well, first of all, I'm not so sure that Gonzo deal is going to get done so quickly. Obviously, there are the parameters in place, and there's the roadmap that Devin Witherspoon has presented, and obviously Gonzalez would love to get a deal that's deserving of a new deal, and the Patriots would like to get a new deal. But up until this past weekend, the two sides were not overly close, and they had not had a lot of productive conversations. So we'll see if that works out or not. It's going to be interesting to track here because, like I said, the parameters are in place. It should not be hard to get a deal done right now for Christian Gonzalez, and yet so far it has been. But we have the regular season looming here in a few weeks. There's always a push by players and teams to get deals done before the regular season begins, and we'll see if these two sides can engage and get one done. We meanwhile have the situation in Pittsburgh with their cornerback right now, Joey Porter, right? That deal has not gotten done as well. That's still out there waiting to get done. That's been very quiet this summer. Like, everyone's spoken about Gonzalez. Nobody's spoken about Porter. Another looming issue that's out there at the cornerback position now that Witherspoon has set up that market, and that's not an easy one to solve right now.
I don't think Joey Porter Jr. was practicing either, right?
No, so during the first day they got to camp, they did the whatever test or whatever, and he apparently, had an injury in that. And I don't want to say injury like that. But no, he was working with Jalen Ramsey off to the side or whatever in the trainers during all of training camp so far.
Okay, so that is a loud situation if you were to be watching it and talking about it. Joey Porter Jr., obviously Pittsburgh Steeler royalty with Joey Porter Sr., who I think, would actually fight people for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we appreciate his family in Pittsburgh a lot. But these contract things with the Pittsburgh Steelers never went over the Inzers. So hopefully it remains quiet and gets done. Because if it gets too loud, even the Inzers will say, hey, Cam Hayward, pipe down. Okay, you've been here how long? Your dad's a hero here. You were an all-pro last year. You're the 30th highest paid defensive. Shut up.
Put your helmet on.
That's what the Steelers, that's what Yinzers did to Cam Hayward because it was getting a little bit too loud for their liking. So the Joey Porter Jr. stuff remaining quiet, good news. I think that's good news, and hopefully they're able to get that done. Now, there's another situation that was loud. Then there was some laughing and a little bit of a hat play, and then it's kind of quieted off a little bit. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Shefty, a couple weeks ago on your podcast, you actually mentioned that Vita Vea, you thought like it was kind of trending more towards, hey, they're not going to get a deal done. There's a chance that maybe he gets traded, like Micah did last year, kind of right before the season starts. And then I believe it was yesterday, you kind of had changed tune on that, and that you do think something is going to potentially get done now. Have there been, like big strides in communication there? And is that the idea that Vita Vea is going to get some sort of deal done in the coming weeks here?
See, that's the whole thing with these situations, right? Like, they could be at a certain spot in a certain day in a certain week, and then they could flip. And I'm just saying, to me, reading between the lines, having conversations with people, it feels like there's been a shift in that one. It feels like we've gone from a tone of pessimism to one where there's potential optimism. It feels like we've gone from Vita Vea wanting a trade to Vita Vea now wanting to try to get a deal done. It feels like we've gone from there being questions about Vita Vea not being in Tampa to now let's see if and they can get it done. I think it's flipped. I think eventually the two sides figure it out. I think they get something done, and I think Vita Vea stays in Tampa.
We love that. We love that for Vita. We love that for Tampa Bay because that means vibes a little bit higher down there in Tampa. Baker Mayfield also came out and said, a lot of you guys think we're going to stink. We'll see about that. He said we a couple different times. How about that situation? Vita Vea and Mr. Light and the Glazer family down there in Tampa Bay getting a deal done. That'd be cool. Kumbaya going into the year. How about the quarterback, Trigger Man, Baker Mayfield? Because I know both of them were a little bit disappointed in each other in how they were operating and acting at the beginning of training camp. Has that changed?
I don't think anything's changed there. Look, I think the issue there is that, Baker might feel differently. I think the money was there. The deal, the 2-year extension, 3-year deal, would have placed him in the top 5 highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL, from what I understand. I think the issue to Baker is that if you're a franchise player, you deserve more than a 2-year extension. And I think the length was what irritated him and caused him to say he felt disrespected. I don't know that Tampa would or wouldn't be willing to offer a 3rd year or 4th year, and I don't know that it matters. It feels like Baker is perfectly content shutting it down, playing out the season, facing the prospect of being franchised after the season, and seeing where it goes. Look, when there's a chip on his shoulder, when he's up against the wall like this, challenged, that's when he usually plays his best. So he feels disrespected. He's shutting down talks. Let's see how the season turns out. And he's going to bet on himself. And he's going to make sure that Tampa Bay has to pay for that in the end, is my opinion.
What am I, clipboard Jesus? You guys are offering me a 2-year deal? Who am I, Ryan Fitzpatrick? We love Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Love him.
Absolutely love Ryan Fitzpatrick. 2-year deal at this point? I can't get a 3-4-year deal. You don't think I'm going to be able to play longer than that? What are we talking about? That is Baker. Then you're saying he's gotten to the point where he's like, they've offended me too much. They passed my deadline. I'm going to play it. If they franchise tag me, we'll do this again. And he just keeps rolling. 4-year, 5-year deal? What do you think Baker's looking for? Huh?
Yeah, 4 or 5 in that range. What is he? How old is he? 30?
31.
Yeah. So for a quarterback, you type about that
31.
that type of position. Now, a corner, something like maybe a pass rusher, maybe a 2-year bunch of cash guaranteed, that'll work. But as far as a franchise quarterback, if that's what he views himself as, which he should, 4 years probably guaranteed. At least in the top 5 of the market, because we know how that market changes year by year with the salary cap.
Yeah, injuries are all anybody's scared of. That's all the deals are about. Like, is he going to be able to hold up and play good football 3 years from now? So what's Tampa thinking? And Baker saying, if I get hurt, am I going to be able to get paid? It's all about injuries.
And it's happened to him. He's had those injuries. Shoulder, shipped him out of Cleveland. Like, he's been the number 1 pick.
Had the shoulder last year.
Yeah, played hurt almost all the back half of last year.
And when he had that shoulder in Cleveland, they had him throw it 60 times in a day
Yep.
against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes, they did.
Chubb on the sideline.
Chubb was cooking.
It was Ben's last game, wasn't it? I could be wrong.
They weren't trying to get him out of there, though.
No.
No. Shut it! Yeah. We're wide. We got one of the best running backs and a great offensive line. Yeah, shotgun. Shut it! Come on. Let's go ahead and spin that thing. Playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. Should be able to throw it all around. And then it comes out, he had, broken shoulder or something like that. That was an interesting ending. Hopefully this one isn't the same way. Maybe he ends up in a new destination next year, like, I don't know, maybe the Los Angeles Rams if Ty Simpson gets traded for a number 1 overall pick because he's so damn good. Last question here, all around injuries. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Shefty, you had that ESPN fantasy football notification pop up. Just saw Jaden Higgins tearing his ACL. That's awful. But there's also been 2 teams, the Saints and the Chargers. It's seemingly every single day one of their main players is getting hurt. I saw Kamara is now out for the Saints. Jordan Tyson, their rookie, obviously. And then Chargers, Tyler Biotish, he's got an ACL issue. I saw Quentin Johnston went out as well. What's the status with those 2, the Saints and the Chargers? Are they just going to be, basically banged up all year now?
Well, we've got a number of injury issues to cover. So before Pat could even say to me, what else do we have? Junior at Jaden Higgins, the Texans wide receiver, tore his ACL. So he's out for the year, which is a devastating blow. And that's not a good injury to have. And you wish him the best and hope he gets back soon. But that's awful that happened during yesterday. D'Amico Ryan said he hurt his leg. He was being evaluated, and it turned out to be a torn ACL. Alvin Kamara's got a sprained MCL. I'm told it's at least a month. That's a blow to the Saints, particularly on the heels of losing Jordan Tyson. So now you lose Jordan Tyson for a couple of months. You lose Alvin Kamara for a month plus. And now you've got a need on the offensive side of the football for some people to catch the football. Tyler Biotish is out indefinitely. Suffered ACL damage yesterday to his knee. There are other injuries in his leg as well. He's getting more medical opinions, gathering more information to see how long he'll be sidelined, but it's going to be for a while at the very least right now. So hopefully he can make it back at some point this season, but everything is up in the air right now. And it just feels like every single day there's somebody else it's awful. It's terrible. And Ty and I talked about this on the podcast this week. I've had a few people call me up and they're like, I know the PA bargained for more time off during the offseason. They wanted these players out of the facility. But they feel like, and some of these are unavoidable, some of them are contact.
Unlucky.
So, but they're like, they're not playing as much football. They're not doing enough practice in the offseason. You get these muscle strips. Breece Hall, non-contact, goes down 2 to 3 weeks. Like, why is this happening? It just seems like there's a lot of that's out there right now. And a lot of different theories, a lot of people disappointed and upset about it. You hate to see anybody hurt at any point in time, but it feels like now we can't get through a day without somebody getting hurt for some reason.
Yeah, which is crazy because we all decided there was no more injuries.
I know.
And I don't like that at all. Who reported the first injury there down in Houston?
Junior.
June.
Yeah.
Junior did report that, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Well, Junior did a good job. He's holding down the fort while you're out there kind of getting more information. We appreciate you two tag teaming this season together. And we appreciate Junior's services, and we certainly appreciate yours, Mr. Senior. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Senior NFL Insider ESPN, Adam Schefter.
Yay.
So we're going to have to take this second Junior, put it over first Junior, because whenever he said my name, I said, and then we cut off his thing, and I heard Junior at the end. Yeah. And then we all looked at each other and said, did he just call him Junior there? Okay, so we'll do a little TV magic, like a hard out.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Where you take one and then you send to another, and that's coming. Mm-hmm. That's coming. That is coming. Here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, what happened at the beginning of the show was called TV magic. Yes, somehow one linear channel can have something live in New York City. Wow. The media capital of the world.
The Mecca.
Big Apple.
So many big brains over there. So many over there. You can have a show going live from over there. And then somehow this Thunderdome out in the middle of Indianapolis, Indiana, can somehow just kind of go on at the same time. There's like a little bit of maybe a snap of a finger that happens. So what happens there from the technical standpoint of on-air television there is a hard out, and there's actually a countdown to the hard out. This has been happening since the beginning of time, I do believe. There's a countdown that happens in the back. It actually kind of sounds like this in the background. In my ear, what I hear as we're wrapping up is Bruce saying this right here.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, it's kind of happening there. Now, some people on air like 10, some people like 5. Some people like less. We put up a graphic at the bottom so I don't have to hear Bruce, for the second hour, so we could just kind of see what it is. But the hard out is something that's been around since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
And we're kind of we learned about it when we were doing radio.
That's right.
We were doing radio. We had 4 breaks. We had 4 breaks an hour, and then a hard out at the end. So that's when we learned, like, hey, the hard out does not care. The hard out has no feelings.
No, it doesn't.
The hard out has 0 thoughts about not showing up. And when it shows up, guess what it does? Wipes out everything.
Cut you off.
Yeah. And from my understanding, we're new to this, right? We're relatively young.
Yeah.
I think we're the youngest to do this. Because people are on air for like 55, 60 years.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But new people getting jobs, really a bad thing. Really, 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 really bad thing from my understanding. But I think the way it all goes is the show that was on is in control of that. Like the next show, I don't think they didn't even hear the countdown at the other place.
No.
They don't even know those people at the other place. From my understanding, Ty, you might know a little bit more because you've obviously had to work on the hard outs whenever we're back on radio and stuff, and in the back room. And Foxy and Bruce, you might be able to correct me, but we don't know, and maybe we should get that. Maybe we should get first takes countdown
I don't think so. I think you hit the nail on the head pretty good. I think, typically that is handled in-house over there, and our job is kind of just we got to be ready when we're supposed to be ready and when we're supposed to go. You got to take the baton. Exactly.
Yeah, and we can't be, we got to.
No.
This is ESPN now.
Exactly.
We need that he.
Yeah.
We can't be doing this.
No, if you do that.
But you know what?
Lose the race.
Yeah, those happen. I ran a lot of track meets. I watch a lot of track meets, and sometimes, it doesn't happen often, time falls.
Really?
Yeah.
At the highest level?
Highest level.
Can't have that.
I mean,
At the pinnacle.
Jeez. I think it happened yesterday pretty loudly.
Well,
I think it happened yesterday pretty loudly. And we just like to say, we've missed some hard outs in the past. I think many people have, but it's always on us. It's not on the next people. So you can certainly utilize it as a situation to call me a piece of shit again. But I don't think I had anything to do with that.
We kind of you kind of always kind of bring a little light to it when we go when we go from ESPN to digital. Like,
we did
hit that one.
It's a hard
out,
dude.
Head, but I don't know if I got the and sometimes we got a guest on, they just power right through it. Like you said, just like Chuck said, the play don't care who makes it.
No.
Once that hard out hits,
it's coming.
Bam.
It's over.
Experienced it last week on Thursday and Friday. Like normally the show starts with us, you welcoming everyone in. But because we were going from golf to this, it was a different type of transition where you kind of welcome people from the golf and then did the intro versus what we usually do.
And I know this is going to blow some minds, but they were doing that down in Memphis, Tennessee. Okay? They were sending that to Connecticut. Then that hard out was hitting them in Tennessee and in Connecticut, and then it was sending us. So the amount of 5, 4, 4 that's going on in that whole thing for the hard out, just kind of happening right in front of everybody's eyes there. And we are not perfect with them.
No.
They're tough.
They are.
Very, as we learned.
They are the sideline. Okay, they are out of bounds. Okay, I used to trap returners. I used to make them think, oh, look at that slobby-looking white guy. I can outrun him. And before games, I would tell returners, hey, don't run me over, please. I can't. Run by me. Just shake the shit out of me. Run by me. You got it. And I called it a bait and tackle, where I'd bait them into thinking that I was slow, which I was, but not as slow as they thought I was, or as slow as I looked, especially in that Ari photo. So they would go, and then I would trap them, bang, and then the sideline would make the tackle as opposed to me. That's what the hard out is.
Yeah.
Hard out is sideline. Immediately over. As soon as it touches.
Yep.
And it's coming.
It's not waiting for anybody.
You can't push it back, though. We've done that a couple times.
Yeah, that's possible.
Can't do that today because you listen to this one. This one's crazy. Little League World Series is coming on at 1 o'clock Eastern.
Okay.
So that's right after our show.
Mm-hmm.
So we're actually going over to ESPN2. So ESPN2's got a 5, okay? ESPN's got a 5. Little League World Series has a 5. Yep. And Bruce Brown's back here going, where's the what? And there's a delay, you know. So we're tossing over to ESPN2. Then we're popping back on to we're hopping on to ESPN2. We're throwing the Little League World Series that's happening on ESPN, and then somehow we're going to continue to go. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, technology.
TV magic.
Yeah.
But if we miss the hard out going into Little League World Series, that's on us.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Hand up.
Especially if it's on a very, very serious segment.
But if I do something serious at the end of this and the Little League World Series comes on, we need to go after these kids.
Yep.
Just like you came after me.
Yep.
I would like us to go after these kids for cutting off the very super serious thing we were about to do.
Fuck those kids.
That's what I'm saying. That's what people were saying about me yesterday, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what you're saying. Because we got a super serious segment coming at the end of this particular hour.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, I just hope everybody remains consistent.
Exactly.
That's what I thought for sure we were about to have our next guest on right there. We'd been filling a lot of time. I know people are going to be surprised by this. We are as well. We have Scotty Scheffler joining us in like the next 5 minutes or so.
Here we go.
Hell yeah.
He's coming out of his Pro-Am. Pro-Am was delayed this morning, so it was kind of like a throw in at the wall, like, hey, could potentially be on, could not be on. I believe he'll be joining us in about 5 minutes, so let's chit-chat about Jackson Smith and Jigba. The only man who has won 2 Offensive Player of the Year trophies in winning 1 Offensive Player of the Year season. He was outrageous, came onto the scene in a huge way, started the season ridiculous, finished the season ridiculous. Obviously, Super Bowl champion, was always open. Last night on Hard Knocks, they kind of dove into how he gets open, why he gets open, and why he's potentially unguardable.
This is actually better than I think the camp he had last year, which is saying something. It's been pretty remarkable.
A good route runner, he has to be, a good artist.
The way he's able to, get in and out of cuts, I feel like he's never really up or down. He's just fluid. Never know when he's going to change speed. Never know when he's going to change directions.
Jackson's one of those guys who can run full speed and cut full speed and stay at the same level. It's a superpower. His style is very unassuming if you're watching from the sidelines. He has no indicators. Break in, break out, everything's on the table.
It's almost like the Silver Surfer. Like he's just kind of like, he's like speed skating out there. And so out of all of his stems, he can break all the different directions. So he can run anything from anywhere.
I love the way they're talking about JSN. I love that we get a chance to watch him and learn from him. Quickly, D-Butt, as the greatest golfer on earth is waiting for us, why is everything they just said so important to what they're saying?
I mean, just make it quick. As defenders, we're looking for tails. We're looking for giveaways. And the less that you have of those as a wide receiver, the better you're going to be, the more productive you're going to be because of how you run your routes. And the other weapon for him, he moves around the formation a lot. Sometimes he's outside, sometimes he's in the slot, sometimes he's in the backfield. So it's damn near impossible to game plan and stop 11 out there when he's doing shit like this.
Yeah, so they all look the same is the problem. Reggie Wayne, very similar to this,
Reggie Wayne, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, AB. Those are some of the guys that pop to mind. If you think about the guys currently playing, Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp, when in his prime, but still, those are the guys that can create separation while not, having a blazing 4.2, 4.3 40.
Busted ass toes, though.
Oh, yeah.
Busted ass
Comes
toes.
with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just part of the business. Their toes have just been taken in the immediate. We are very thankful for his talent. We're also very appreciative of what this man can do with a golf ball. Whenever he became the guy, everybody was saying, is he a mute? Is this guy okay? And then whenever he became dominant, everybody said, this guy sucks as the head guy. And then you watch him play golf, and it's like, this is a master of sport, please. Have a little bit of respect. He would go on a run that would make our entire generation go, okay, we got a guy. Right now, he's currently on a run that could be historic. He won the PGA Tour Schedule Calendar Championship. Then he just won the St. Jude Championship. This upcoming weekend, it's down to the top 50. And then next weekend, it's the top 30. He could hit the quadruple crown here. Never been done before. Ladies and gentlemen, an absolute stallion of a man. Wears wired headphones.
Nice. Of
course. Protect that brain. Ladies and gentlemen, Scotty Scheffler.
Yay.
How you doing, brother?
What's up, fellas?
Okay, always a wired guy, or this was just available?
I typically am a wired guy. Sometimes I put the what is it, like the Bluetooth ones in there, but only occasionally. I'm typically a wired guy.
I like that old school, throwback, real golfer. You listening to music whenever you're playing, not in tour rounds, whenever you're out there on a golf course just kind of having fun?
Yeah, typically at home, like we'll have music in the cart, but if I'm practicing and stuff, I never have headphones in. You got to listen to like kind of how you're making contact with the ball.
Oh, yeah, I guess there is a little bit of like, hey, we're trying to get better at this. How is the contact with the ball? Feels like you're playing great golf. Obviously, we watched you dominate this past weekend. All season, you've been in it. Thank you as a golf fan and as a sports fan. Seeing your name on a Sunday or on a Saturday on the side of the television is a huge deal for the sport of golf. I think you know that at this point. You've been in it all year. You've won a few. You're coming off a win. How would you judge the season thus far and how you're playing? And congrats on baby, I think, which happened during this season as well.
Yeah, we had our second son during this season. That was an exciting time, and my family's been traveling with me a lot this year, which has been really fun. But yeah, I've had some close calls this year, so it was nice last week being able to kind of get the win and be able to answer some different questions at the end of the week instead of, how are you going to win? It was more, it's a lot easier answering the questions about playing good golf versus playing close to good golf.
Yeah, but being in 10 straight top fives or whatever the hell it was like, this guy sucks. Yeah. It's like, what are we talking about? This might be best season of all time. How do you judge seasons? Because obviously winning at the end is a huge deal. How you go into the offseason for everybody is how you kind of judge and the last taste of your mouth. It's been a phenomenal season. How do you judge these next 2 weekends? And I know there's a lot of convos about you're a big reason why they had to change some of these playoff rules. You think Scotty Scheffler should get a 10-stroke head start and how that ends? How do you feel about where we are in the playoffs? And what do these final 2 weeks look like for you mindset-wise?
I think mindset is just wanting to finish off the season the right way. Like I said, I've been close this year to playing some really good golf, and last week was nice kind of getting in there and being able to get a win. And, I have 2 good opportunities over the next couple of weeks to have good starts and finish off the year the right way. But also when you start looking towards the offseason, golf is kind of just like an endless pursuit of trying to improve things. And, we're never really close to perfecting this game, but, we're always just working, trying to improve a little bit at a time. And I think that's what I love about the game. Just continue to practice. There's always something to work on and something to strive for. And, we'll be focused on those things again as the offseason comes.
Let me be a golf aficionado. It feels like you were pin high a lot this past weekend. Distance control was seemingly outrageous. You were still scrambling a little bit. You were still scrambling a little bit off the tee. So let's talk about both those. Did you feel comfortable with your distance this past weekend, maybe more so than weeks past that we've seen of this season? And off the tee box, do we hate our driver or we matter? How should we be talking to your driver as people that talk into microphones? Oh, no. That was a big question. That was super golfy. Okay,
well, dude, I put a new driver in the bag last week, so that was good.
Okay, so we like this driver.
New driver.
Okay, we like this driver. Okay, we like that.
Yeah, it's 1 for 1. Yeah, I like the driver so far. And then, pin high a lot last week. Yeah, I felt like I found finding contact. Sometimes in golf, you can just be a touch off and it can make a huge difference. And so at home, the week before we left, I'd played some really good golf, and so I was excited to kind of get back out there and compete, and just hit it really solid for the most part. And I hold a lot of putts last week, which I think was why you saw such large separation in the leaderboard. So it was nice, kind of an all around week.
Are we just going to continue to do that? And what putter are you using?
Yeah, same putter as always, and hopefully continue to do that. I think that's always the goal. But, got to keep your expectations realistic, but. I'm definitely confident going into this week.
Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, he's unbeatable, obviously, when the flat stick is rolling. But to kind of follow up on that driver, I believe you went from the QI10 to the new 4, I think it's 4D. And I'm the mark. I try to tailor-made. I buy the new driver. Whatever new driver comes out, I'll go out and buy it because I think it's going to help me. But what makes you get to that point where you say, okay, I am comfortable and I am going to change something in the bag?
Yeah, I mean, I've never been big on switching clubs. So if you see me putting something new in the bag, it's going to be really, really great. And I felt like as I tested this new 4D driver, the spin numbers were more consistent and it was a little bit faster. It was just a matter of the club going as straight. And I'm never going to switch unless I actually feel like the club is better. And so 2 weeks ago when I was at home, I just did my best trying to go out and play. And my backup driver to the QI10 was the QI4D. And so I felt like my QI10 was getting close to where it was either going to fail the driver testing or become illegal. And so I needed to really work on my backup, and I put it in play at home a few times and really liked kind of what I saw. And, going into Memphis last week, just felt like it was a good week to kind of test it out, and the results were pretty good. So definitely going to keep it in the bag going forward.
I like that you look at your backup driver going into playoffs, say, "Congrats, kid, you're in the show." I like that. I'm doing similar stuff. Did you think about getting rid of the wedge out of the sand whenever you hit that sprinkler? What a terrible! Hey, I thought golf gods were shitting on you. I thought that's what was happening. How do you mentally take this into time? Because you have a lead. Obviously, this is early. And my first thought would be like, "Oh, great, golf's doing this to me today." I don't know if that's how you ever think on a golf course. Obviously, you're the best in the world. I wonder what my ranking would be. Probably down there in a few 100,000s or whatever it is. But when you see that happen, obviously abnormal. And was this going in? It felt like you were on the right trajectory.
It was a spot where the ball could land. I was trying to land about 3 feet in front of that sprinkler head, but I didn't ever see it. I couldn't see it from where I was in the bunker. And so when it hit the sprinkler head, I was like, oh my gosh, I never even saw that. And so it was definitely one of those breaks where you're like, man, am I going to be kind of going up against it today? But just did a good job of refocusing after that. And it was actually a tough up and down for bogey from that point. So made a good bogey, got it back with a nice birdie on the 5th, and then we were kind of off to the races after that. But yeah, just trying to do your best to reset. But when stuff like that happens, it is very frustrating.
Yeah, I think that's the difference between you and probably clubs going into into that where the ball went. Clubs going there as well. Probably picking up the sprinkler's head. Actually, say how you doing? Yep, you're going in there as well. Full Happy Gilmore Adam Sandler scene for me because that's Sunday. This is Sunday of a playoff. Happening to the leader. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's not.
It was actually out of a movie.
Mulligan for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm redropping it.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Me neither.
That's cheating.
Unbelievable that's right there. Why would they ever put that there? I'm trying to chip this thing in. He said I was trying to put it 3 feet ahead of that. I didn't know you ever missed. How? So, okay. You're aiming. Me. College game day, you gave me some golf advice when I said, hey, I'm trying to do this one. And you go, anything but that. Don't do that. And you said, but how small of a spot are you aiming for? Like when we see you on a tee box, are you aiming for like a tiny little spot somewhere? Are you aiming for a vicinity? When you're chipping, are you like, all right, I'm going middle of the green, trying to spin it back? How direct are you in your thinking and thoughts as you're lining up to hit a ball?
I'm always real specific, I think, in the picture of what I want to do. So I always have exactly what I have in mind, but I think you're always using kind of the parameters and the slopes that you have in order to make that shot easier. So for instance, that bunker shot, obviously there's water long, but there's also a downslope where that sprinkler head is, and then it gets flat on the green. So in my head, I'm going to try and land that maybe a foot or two onto the green, but I know I have that downslope that I can use there so that I kind of change the shot that I'm playing in order to use kind of the parameters that I'm given there. But I think I've always been very visual, and so visually I'm very specific. But when it comes time to actually hitting the shot, I try and forget about all that stuff and just be committed to what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to start doing from now on. That's a good idea. I like how good you're playing here in the playoffs. A lot of money on the line. Not that you need to be told about that. Obviously, you know that. But I think $10 million to win the season and 3.8 here last weekend, 3.8, and then another $10 million. If you hit the quadruple crown, obviously that's a hell of a 4-week period. Okay, and we are pulling for you to do that for the good of all sport and for greatness as a whole. But let's talk about being great and when you're great. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Scotty, Pat alluded to it. How going into the offseason, obviously you want to kind of go out on top and be playing well, and the purses for these last 3 tournaments are huge. But for you specifically, like, would you rather be peaking and playing your best golf kind of maybe more towards the beginning of the season, like early summer when you have the majors kind of sandwiched around that time, or like is the intention, hey, I want to be peaking and playing my best golf around the time the FedEx Cup comes around?
I feel like peaking in golf is something that like you can't really predict. I think you want to be playing your best golf all the time, and I think that's what we're always striving for. And if I could figure out how to necessarily peak for certain weeks, that would be great. But I think in golf, it's such an unpredictable and difficult game. I think you're always just trying to get the most out of yourself. And I would describe it best this way. When I'm at home practicing, I think the majors are always kind of in the back of your head, but I feel as if what works best for me is just to get the most out of each day and each moment. So practice really hard when I'm at home and just get the most out of kind of each and every day. Just be present, be where my feet are, I think is really, really kind of my motto. And I wish I could figure out how to peak in golf. That would make things a lot easier.
You have for about 10 years now. But yeah. It's been a long-ass peak. You kind of plateaued at the peak, actually. Everybody's kind of wondering when that's going to stop.
It's just the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. And you can do this until you're 90, your guys' sport. You can literally do this until you're... Yeah, absolutely. You can't get on any of the science that I'm on, but you can certainly do this for the rest of your life. I appreciate the fact that the FedEx Cup people are going to be thankful you said that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because you got to it. You got to it when you're like, when I'm at home and I'm standing over a ball. Okay, we are at Augusta. Yeah, we are certainly doing that.
Legacy.
But would love to FedEx Cup. Obviously, very important. Let's be where our feet are. You talked about playing with Sam Burns. How much you love him this past weekend. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Scotty. Obviously, you're very close to Sam. You're very close to Siwoo. I watched a video of you guys playing together this week. It was awesome. It was very funny. So I know that I assume it doesn't matter as much on Saturday, Sunday because you're more dialed in, or maybe I shouldn't even say more dialed in. But on Thursday, Friday. Do you like being more open, maybe playing with the guys that you're closer to on those Thursday, Friday opening rounds before you get into the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you're able to go out there with a buddy, it's a lot of fun. But, it is serious when we get into competition. I've never been a guy that talks a ton on the course, but anytime you can be out there with one of your buddies, you're gonna have fun. You're gonna mess around, and I'd say it's always more enjoyable just being out there with one of your buds. And like you said, I've got some great friends that I've met through the game of golf. Sam's one of my best friends in the whole world. So I've known for a long time, and Sue was one of my buddies. And so anytime we can go out there and play and compete and do what we love, it's a lot of fun.
Who'd you yell at after burying a putt in the President's Cup a couple years back?
That's Tom Kim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was, I love that. I was like, yeah. It just popped up in my algo again. I was like, did we miss this? It feels like we missed that. Nobody talked about that enough at the time. I enjoy the way you operate at the top of your sport, man. I genuinely do. I think you are a great depiction of what greatness can look like. You are so respectful to your sport. Yeah. There's a big celebration in your face before that because there was a long putt that was made. We need to win this, by the way.
Yeah.
And listen, we have a hard out coming, and that's a big deal with what's happening the last couple of days here. You don't know, obviously you're focused on golf. I'm going to be called a terrible person because somebody else missed a hard out. We got a hard out in like 30 seconds or so. I need to let you know, thank you for what you do for sport. Thank you for what you do for golf. We need to fucking win this Ryder Cup, okay?
Yeah, preaching to the choir, man.
You're the best. Good luck this weekend, brother. You're the man.
All right, thanks, y'all. Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Scotty Scheffler. Okay, Little League World Series continues here. Now, there is a battle for who's going to be the greatest Little League team in the country taking place here on ESPN. We will head over to ESPN, too. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Might change your life. Goodbye.
It's electrifying here in Happy Valley. We're lucky to be here. And, the way you win this is you have be the first 300 people here and you get a ticket. And then we randomly select a ticket, and that person gets an opportunity to kick a 33-yard field goal for an undetermined amount of money. This week, we had our man, William, right? What's your name?
William, yes, sir.
You won the raffle, and you said, I don't want to kick because I suck at kicking. Is that accurate?
More or less.
What is your major here?
I'm a finance major.
Okay, so money decision was, I suck at this. Let me try to find somebody who's good at this. How did you land on my man here, and what are your hopes in him?
Well, I was looking around. I saw my man. He said he plays soccer, and I was like, this is my guy right here, my guy Carson. I have faith in him, so I know he's going to get it done.
All right, you're Carson, right? You played high school soccer. Is that accurate?
I did play high school soccer.
Where are you from?
I'm from Hanover, Pennsylvania.
Okay, you're a Pennsylvania guy. Have you ever kicked a ball before?
Other than not football, soccer.
Okay. Well, hopefully you're terrible at this. It's $100,000. Are you guys splitting that 50-50?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll make it $300,000. $150,000 for both of you. Okay. You only get one kick, though. You've gamed the ticket game, which I appreciate and respect. It's up to $300,000. $150,000 for both of you. Only one kick, though, Herbie. We're not doing anything. I don't care how many Staters chant for another kick. Only one, Herbie. Played high school soccer. He's a good player.
We got a problem here.
That's right. It's a whiteout. It could be a special day. You could help out your guy, William, in winning $150,000. One kick, 300,000, two.
You're a good man.
This minute.
You're a good man.
Carson, congratulations.
You crushed that.
William,
No,
way to go.
no,
It has been an expensive year out here at the field goal kick. Carson, I'm proud of you, buddy. 300,000, 150 to you, 150 to you. Good finance decisions were made. And the first top 6 whiteout has a magical vibe and an expensive one. We are. Thank you. Goodbye.
I think that might, maybe they should have turned that around and said thank you to Pat.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it!
Be your friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people. And now we're on ESPN2. Wow. Whoa. So the amount of bang, boom, pow counts. Hour 2 of the program begins right now.
Football
is fantastic, and obviously training camps are holding their joint practices all around the league. We got fights, we got skirmishes, we got teams getting better, we got fun, we got good times, we got football happening right around the corner in a meaningful way. Tomorrow night, ESPN will have its first Monday night football game as the Raiders will take on the Texans. Texans have the best defense in ball.
Yeah.
And they're getting a chance to take on Fernando Mendoza, who Clint Kubiak, head coach of the Raiders, said is going to get a lot of rub tomorrow night, as Kirk Cousins probably going to rest after his joint practices took place. Niners, Chargers, Jets, Steelers, Panthers, Jags. Colts obviously hosting the Falcons in joint practice. 9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler actually heading up to those after the show today.
Can't wait.
D-Butch, joint practices have become the new preseason game, it seems like. There used to be 1 or 2 that took place. Now it's just becoming norm. And it's only a matter of time before the new CBA, where somebody comes up with the idea where, okay, we're going to do 2 preseason games, and then everybody has to do at least 1 joint practice, and we are going to film, NFL Network, we are going to film these joint practices and have a joint practice red zone type situation, and that'll fill the need for the preseason games financially, commercial-wise, and then also take away from these preseason games that seemingly end up being a bunch of insurance salesmen playing in like the 3rd or 4th quarter. But nonetheless, we can learn a lot from joint practices. Good on good. We got a lot of good juice coming out of all these places.
Absolutely. And for us on the outside, we just see the clips, we see the highlights, whether it's one-on-ones or maybe some pass rush or something like that. But for the players, for the coaches, like it's so valuable to just see different formations, different personnel groupings. For the coaches, sending in different things, because it can kind of get, monotonous when you're seeing the same team, you're seeing the same plays. You almost can know the installs and what's coming from the defensive or offensive side of the ball when it's your same guys day in and day out. So seeing those new things, not only just for that preseason game for, 15, 20 reps, but for periods in practice, special teams, all these different things. So I know why the coaches love it. I know why the players love it. The bad part about it is the fights.
Yeah.
The fights are going to come, whether it's in the trenches or usually I see them in special teams drills. Usually special teams that usually kicks off the fights, and that's just a part of it. But it's also a learning ability there too. If you do get kicked off, you throw a punch, maybe you get fined, maybe you get suspended, thrown out of practice, something like that. But you never want to see shit like this.
What if you do a German suplex like your Uncle Rick Steiner in WCW and WWF? Hi. Yeah. Now that man has been suspended for 6 weeks due to performance enhancing, I do believe. So he's allowed to practice in joint practices. He's allowed to be a part of a skirmish where a helmet gets tossed and a German suplex takes place. And from my understanding, he didn't know that what he was taking, with classics and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, they got after a little bit. And you talk about special teams normally being the case. That's because that's where that's where everybody's fighting for positions. So you can't be making me look like some punk Okay, because now there's 2 teams that are going to potentially be signing me for my livelihood here. So that's where you can kind of get and also the wide open shots. There's a lot of running. There's a lot of uncomfortable angles that take place. You do see a lot of skirmishes down there at the bottom of.
First one. That was the first one I experienced. Rookie year, we had a joint practice with Sean Payton and Bill were close, so the Saints. And not just to get bottom, because Malcolm Jenkins was the first round pick that year. I was the second round pick that year. Boom, I think he was a gunner. We're double team. And, if you got a double on a gunner, like, we have to dominate this guy. And
Put him down.
This ain't Matt Slater. Like, we ain't taking care of him. We trying to put him in the Gatorade. So once he gets across that line and we keep going a little bit, everybody gets involved. So, those are high intensity reps.
The only one I've ever been a part of, and people are going to say, Pat, as a punter, how were you a part of? One happened near me. You're on camera.
There you go.
You have to be a part of it. So helmet goes on. It was D-line, O-line. I think it was Big Mookie. I think he had a helmet, from my understanding, like this, and the whole group was just kind of moving towards us. And Matt Overton, I think he's sitting right next to me, and goes, "Yep." We helmet on, and immediately back. I get in the back, get in the back of the group, do a couple of these, a couple of yells, and everybody walks away, helmet off, right back down to a knee. Obviously, the clip is shown later, and it's like, "Hey, way to get in there." It's like, "Yeah, hey, I'll show up." The clip
will be shown.
I will show. Yes, it will. And that's the thing. Like Louis Riddick, future general manager in the NFL, he was very upset about the fights because he understands like the value of you can lose somebody. Okay, and if you lose somebody from that stupid shit, it's like so dumb. But Louis Riddick also knows that in those meetings, how come you didn't,
get exposed?
Excuse me, all your friends are fighting right here? How come you're just like 4 yards away? Just you need to walk me through what was going through your mind here. That person's potentially cut from team because of that. I mean, that is something that is actually being judged. So, like, hope the fights don't happen, but if fights do happen, gotta act right. Like, gotta act right. So it's kind of a juxtaposition that all these players are kind of in these joint practices, which leads us to believe that these will be happening forever.
Yep.
If you have 2 very mature teams, maybe they'll be able to handle it. But joint practices are going to lead to a fight more often than they're not. And the Saints-Cowboys one was the first one of the year that it's been like a full melee.
In that third clip we have of the fights, did you see Spencer Rattler in that one? He was uncertain if he should get in or not because I guess he's a quarterback. So do I do?
He did the right thing.
Send in chirps, maybe.
I think he get the hell out of there.
Shuck Joyce, I'm kind of just walking around.
I don't want to see Pat anywhere near Powell either because who knows who the next guy will be to come in there, got to play, or Vinny or any. So
I mean, those are big boys.
Ovi too. Specialists, stay the hell out of there.
No, you got to show face.
You can be there, helmet
those
on.
Are big boys in there flying around.
Yeah,
or if their guy comes in there, you maybe clothesline.
Goalie fight.
Exactly.
Like hockey when goalie talks to Tibbs here at Bus Connor and at Ty Schmidt, live from Manatee, Ohio, and he's lucky the Colts and the Packers didn't have this guy, the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. If I would have seen him on the other side getting into it, with that Stonehenge face that he has under there, I would have definitely left hand over top, grabbed that face mask, and then he would have broken my arm.
He had a Guardian cap on too.
Yeah. So I would have been throwing that big overhand loop in, and he would have boom, idiot. I assume this guy was causing skirmishes.
Bit of a menace.
His whole football career. Sticking his face right in things. Is the whistle blown? Yeah. Is it? Okay. All right, I'll get up now. Ladies and gentlemen, a badass of a man, a college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup winner, A.J. Hawk. Hawker, this left hand's going over 2 people and grabbing your face mask. You know what I mean? I'm doing one of these.
You know how mad that makes you? Like if someone grabs your face mask, it's like when girls fight and they grab each other's hair and they never let go. That's what it feels like if someone grabs your face mask. You gotta chop that arm very quick.
Yeah, I think you would probably break my forearm in that exact moment. I think Rob Gronkowski actually did that to somebody in a game, from my recollection. I think Gronk. No, it happened to Gronk. Remember Gronk?
Oh, yeah.
Special team, somebody came in. I think he got his arm.
Did he break
that's on field goal. I don't know if it was a fight, but he did have his arm bent because he was on the wing.
Boom, and then he got payback for that.
Yeah, for sure.
There's somebody that did that to him. It was on our team. And then
he answered the call.
Future years, there was a lot of remembering of, hey, I remember what you did to us. But that stuff, I think, AJ, we've talked about this as long as we've had a show. Joint practice, inevitable, there's going to be some fights. Now, Chuck Pagano reminded me that when I was on the team with the Bears, There was no fight. With the Lions, there was no fighting. He said he had the leaders come in, everybody talked, felt like maybe it was a little bit more mature team. But it feels inevitable. This is a big one, though. I will say Saints-Cowboys was massive, I think.
Yeah, this is like it's a Donnybrook, as coaches used to say. Like you want to try to protect from this, but this is kind of like, how many years ago did we see at the Cowboys camp out there to where they had a huge brawl like this that was right on like that, the short little fence that separates the field from where the fans are. Like it was right up on top of the fence. So something about this region kind of just brings it out in these teams.
Aaron Donald, right?
Yes, and Connor Williams, I believe, was the center, and he was a rookie or something. He was with Aaron Donald, and it went all the way over to the fence.
Joining us is a gentleman now that has had to deal with this, and obviously, I assume, has some thoughts. He changed my mind on the hip drop tackle in one conversation. I do believe if he speaks up about football, all of us will listen because the amount of respect we have for him and his family and how much they love football. Ladies and gentlemen, the head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers, national champion, Captain Comeback, Jim Harbaugh.
Hey, Pat.
Coach, how you doing, man? How's life over there? How's training camp going? Life good?
Yeah, I mean, got my dauber down a little bit today. We had an injury yesterday at practice, and it just takes the wind out of your sails. You gotta sleep it off. One night wasn't enough, and but trajectory of the team is outstanding. But yeah, you get the player like Tyler Biadasz, who was, just been so dialed in, so invested in the team, and to see really was a play that was probably a 1 in 10,000 type of play where he had blocked it so well, and our left tackle and left guard had blocked it so well, and then blocked it so well that the defensive tackle went into the the side of the leg of Tyler, and just that's a little blue about it.
Yeah, thank you for being a human here with us about these types of injuries, because obviously next man up, we got to go, adversity is going to happen, is just all the natural cliches. I do appreciate you saying, like, hey, this guy was going to be a staple for us for a long time. This is a huge blow. How do you deal with that in the preseason? What is your messaging to the team? Because obviously everybody sees it, everybody's going to feel it, especially your quarterback who just lost his center.
Yeah. And they Sir Andrew Barton. It's fight on me, man. Sir Andrew said, I'm a little wounded but not slain. I'll lay down and bleed a while, then I'll rise to fight again. That's what comes to mind. I know for Tyler, I know he's looking at some options and some second opinions. I mean, he's just hell bent on doing whatever he can to keep playing, and it introduces somebody, to turning a negative into a positive. That's what you have to do. That's what he will do, and our team will, will have a great resolve, and they will bounce back. That, and they're going to have to do it quick because we got a game Thursday night. So that's the the focus will go to that. As I said, the trajectory of our team, I'll tell them tonight, it's keep going in the direction that we're going, because it's been tremendous. And this is a setback, and you deal with it, and we move forward as a team. But yeah, right now you got me on. It's
sucks. It absolutely sucks. Yeah. We completely understand that. And what's that?
Guys poured everything into this. It's been such a tremendous addition to our team, and you gotta just bite your lip and then figure out the ways. He does, we do as a team. Figure out the ways to turn that negative into a positive.
Okay, so let's talk about what your teams have had happen, because this obviously is a part of a trend. Last year, a lot of injuries to the offensive line. Obviously, starting here, injury to the offensive line. One of the main reasons, I think the reason why you took the Chargers job versus maybe some other jobs is because, in your words, the golden goose was at quarterback in Justin Herbert. You just came out and continue to sing his praises. What do you see from him now? He's in love, which we are all happy for.
Mm-hmm.
We are happy that he is in love for him. I'm happy he's found that happiness off the field. But what have you seen from him as a quarterback now versus maybe when he first got there, whenever you were singing his praises? What have you seen now as this adult version of Justin Herbert?
It just keeps getting better. He's in a great place in all ways. I mean, you mentioned it. There's a tremendous balance that he has. He is, and he's locked, cocked, ready to rock. And he's in a great place.
Okay, we'd like to hear that. Are you going to have him punt or kick a field goal this year with McDaniel? We know we could expect some tricks. We know Herbert could do everything. We saw the clip of McDaniel saying to you, if he makes this throw, this is outrageous. Then he makes the throw, and your immediate reaction is, I could have made that throw. What have McDaniel and Herbert been like, kind of watching them grow together, Coach?
It's a great fit, Pat. On every level, the way they see the game, the way they communicate, it's mutual respect would probably be the thing that sums it up the best. I mean, and we all feel that toward Mike. I mean, everything that he's earned, and we want more and more of it. And I know Mike feels the same way about Justin, and that rapport has been built in a very, very special and good way for the Chargers.
Do you think you could have made that throw after watching the film?
Yeah, I kind of thought I could.
Hey, if he needed
it was a great throw. It was a great throw.
Yeah, of course it was. And you can still spin it. We see you catch it still. Can't wait to see you out on the cleats back on the field. It feels like it's full football season whenever that's happening. You immediately afterwards, McDaniel being mind blown about the throw, going, all right, let's calm down here. I mean, that is a beautiful thing. You and McDaniel also going to be awesome to watch all season. AJ has a question for you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach, talking about that rapport between you and Coach McDaniel, I guess what has it been like compared to what you may have expected before he got there? I can only imagine the behind closed doors meetings you guys have, just talking offense and trying to brainstorm maybe some new ideas.
Yeah, it's been. I thought it was going to be great. I really did, and just because the respect I have for Mike and his work and what he's accomplished and earned, and what I see in tape, and I wanted that for our football team, and everything that he's brought has been better than I'd hoped. I'd never really met him. I've been around him, but I always liked him. I was just convinced that this is somebody I was just really gonna like, and I love him. The energy he brings, the just do anything and everything for the team. That gets me the most excited. But and there's also like football nuggets like every single day, which I love. And learning football has been tremendous. How he sees it, how Butch Berry sees it, our offensive line coach, Chandler Henley, Max McCaffrey, Sanjay Lal, Shane Day. It's a tremendous group of coaches that really comment. They have a comment on every single practice play that we run, and they put it right into the computer, and I read them all, and just something for our players. That's what excites me the most, is that they are coaches that are trying to give the players anything and everything they can for them to be the best version of themselves.
I like that they put it in a computer for you. You take it out, put it in a typewriter, send a pigeon, carrier pigeon out there, do the entirety of it all. I like that you're here and your coaches are coaching every single play, trying to make the team better, because everybody thinks your team could obviously win it all if we're able to get into the dance, as do you. Are you going to start dressing like McDaniel? Last question from me. Are you going to start maybe add a little fashion out there in L.A.?
Probably.
Good.
Smart.
Probably.
Good for the team. It's good for the team.
Yeah.
Something to think about. Offense has a big day. Maybe you show up with little capri khaki things on.
Yep.
With those Gucci sunglasses. I think that would be sick if you showed up like McDaniel.
That's the first. I think that'll be the first thing. The glasses. I really like them a lot, and I'd like to get a pair.
Smart.
Hold on. What was something else you really liked? Oh, Brock Purdy. Man, I hope Kyle will introduce me to Brock Purdy. You're fucking Jim Harbaugh. I hope Kyle will introduce me to Brock. Did you get a chance to shake his hand? Did you guys talk about John?
Nah, he was. I tried to walk over, but he was right in the middle of getting his preparation and getting. They were in. He was out early. He was throwing, going through his process, but tried to, and did get a chance to talk to George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey and Drake Nugent. Also guys I have tremendous respect for. So Christian I had met before. Never been that much around George, but he was phenomenal. All these guys, I mean, they're just great guys. It's a great organization. It was outstanding to have that joint practice. I mean, there was no fights, nothing even close. I mean, this was just two teams that were working hard to get better. It was a win-win. Minus the really
Tyler,
fluke injury that we had.
Yeah, 1 in 10,000 is what you said there earlier. Some people just get unlucky. That sucks for Tyler and for your team and for anybody that gets injured through this entire process. I have always had the opinion that more often than not, a fight's going to happen. You just mentioned how we had no fights, just two teams getting after it. D-Bud has a question about your entire approach to all of it.
Yeah, what is your approach to, I guess, playing your guys in preseason games or not playing them? Injuries suck. It's the 100% injury rate. Everybody's going to get banged up, some worse than others, obviously. But what's your approach to actually playing your guys in these preseason games, and how has it changed over the years for you as a head coach?
Yeah, I mean, it's a needle that you're trying to thread. Get your healthiest and best team to the first game, and also be playing your best football. So there's an element of practice makes perfect. You have to build that callus for your football team, but also not the overuse or put them in a situation is at risk. And there's no question playing the game of football is physical at risk sport for injury. So you're really trying to thread that needle. And we didn't play our starters in game one. We're going to play our starters game two tomorrow night for one series, and then in the third preseason game we're going to play our starters for two series. And that ramp up to the start of the season is our attempt to get our healthiest and best football team to game one.
Yeah, let's make sure we get Dicker the kicker to the season. Let's make sure we get him to the season. Okay, let's keep those hips fresh, hammies, quads, you name it. What a weapon you have in that guy, by the way, over there.
Oh, if anybody knows, you would. He is.
Amen.
He's a guardian for victory. He is a guardian of victory. We love him.
A guardian of victory. What a name. I absolutely love that. Go ahead, Con, man.
Yeah, Coach, obviously Mike McDaniel on the offensive side, but you also got a new DC and Chris O'Leary with Jesse Minter becoming the head coach in Baltimore. How has he been kind of being back in the building, being the main guy now and the lead play caller?
Yeah, he's been incredible. I mean, it's just every single day, same guy who is, he's a great football mind. He is a tremendous energy giver, tone setter, just really good teammate. And he is on a trajectory that I would say the same thing. Just keep doing you, Chris. It's working. The defensive staff is doing a tremendous job, and the same. There's a trajectory there that it's great. Keep ascending.
Hey, just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, this Tyler stuff sucks. Okay, we're all bummed. Yeah. We need to keep going. Okay, we just need to keep going because the season isn't waiting for anybody, Coach. You know that better than anybody. Okay, what are the mantras? Do we have any mantras for the season, or is there any taglines, slogans, or anything for the Chargers this year that we need to know about?
No, not yet. We like to have those things come out natural, as they come. There's no motto or tagline that's preceded this season. Well, it'll happen. But it'll happen al natural.
All right, let us know if you want us to brainstorm over here and send them over. We got ideas. We'll watch.
Keep going right there. That's what we need to do right now, right? Just keep going, keep ascending, stay on this trajectory, and keep her going.
Trust.
I mean, all natural is
Not
also
bad.
a good one.
Yeah, not bad. Au natural. I think you got a little French on there too. That's very deep of you, especially with international football that's happening.
Exactly.
Yeah, who knows? All right, Coach, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, you guys cheer me up. You cheer me up. You're great guys. I appreciate it.
We tried to get you in there, man. At the beginning, you were bummed the fuck out, dude. I mean, actually, you still are, I think. But man, I'd never seen you like that. That was.
Give Coach a high five, man.
Yeah, you're right, Coach.
My dauber was down. Gonna take some time.
Yep.
Get that dauber up.
All right.
Bring it in.
Coach.
Yeah, I just go right to this.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's on us.
Not now. Need some more.
Can we get the equipment room on that?
My dauber's done. Yeah. Got it,
bro. Boom.
Slap hands.
All right, dude. You're the best.
Love you, Coach.
Head coach of the Chargers, Jim Harbaugh.
Oh.
Appreciate you, Coach. Give yourself a high five. Fought through there. Man, he was bummed out.
Very bummed.
Don't know if I've ever seen someone like that.
Yeah.
Based on what they are normally.
Yeah.
To what we just saw at the beginning.
I like that.
I was going to say
refreshing.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
Very refreshing.
You don't see that in the NFL at all. Like you said, that it's hey, next man up. Obviously we're gonna miss him a lot, but he was like speechless, like didn't know what to say. That was incredible.
Did he say his dauber's done?
Yeah, his dauber.
I'm not.
I don't know what that is.
I think it's just like just an overall aura.
I don't know. See, the fact that Ty's looking it up is good news for me. Yeah. If the brain that got into Harvard has no idea what that is, that makes me. Do you know what it means?
No.
It's an idiom. It's primarily used in the American South or the Appalachians. It just means your spirits are mood or down. Keep your chin up.
It's a dauber, like a dauber.
Yeah.
Like a fishing dauber.
Correct.
Oh, so down would be good though, right? Because down means
like a bobber?
Fish
See,
or
I didn't know DAUBR. I didn't know if that was the fishing one or not, so I couldn't.
Idiom dauber. Dauber down means to feel discouraged, downcast, or low on.
Your bobber's down. It's good. You got to
Bobber.
That's a bobber.
Not a dauber.
I know.
Yeah, maybe. No, because look, original linguists debate whether it comes from a fishing float, bobber, dauber, dropping in the water, an old dialect word dauber relating to a painter's tool or a large. Whatever the case, bummed out.
He's bummed out.
It's from the South. I assume fishing.
Yeah, but like Pat said, dauber down is a good
Good thing. That
And
means.
fish?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That means somebody.
That means
fish
that one's
bit
on the
your
line.
shit.
Yeah,
Oh.
bobber's not a
Like when
dauber
you're
either.
fishing
No, but they might have called it dauber. We don't know if they called that dauber somewhere. I was just reading the screen. It told me a fucking fishing reference right here.
True. It could also refer to.
Wasn't it painting?
livestock.
No, it could also refer to Dauber Down Pest Solutions, which is a pest control
Yeah, I
company
saw that one
operating
too.
in Florida.
Yeah, because
Probably. That's it. Yeah, right, you're right.
quite a pest.
Exactly.
That's
Trying to control
He
it.
was bummed out.
Yeah, he was bummed out, man. Yeah, hey, this
He got me on here.
right now, as you got me here, I'm gonna tell you, it's the worst I've felt in a long time, man. This guy, how much he poured into our team. Think about him and Herb.
Oh,
Down in the weight room. That's where I assume all that means is like, hey, this guy was just our guy.
He was the first signing of free agency, if I remember correctly, like 3 days before free agency started.
It was
I'm
announced.
pretty sure the Chargers, already announced that they were bringing this guy in to be the center for Justin Herbert for the next 3 years.
Hey, congratulations, Tyler. You made quite an impact over there. Now, Coach Harbaugh and the Chargers, keep going, boys.
Keep going.
That's right.
Keep going. Au natural. Keep going.
That's his baby too. That old line, like he loves, and they just can't, get healthy all together. Like he got so much talent, so much potential. But hopefully the next man does step up, and hopefully
Connor's right, by the way. The tampering window was the 9th. He was signed on the 6th.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to know that this guy's coming to us. We would like to announce his first pick whenever he got to the NFL, offensive lineman. His first signing before the thing comes out, offensive lineman. He's doing it again. They need to get it right. And Hembo stat actually says they've tried, man. They've tried. No team has used more starting O-line combos last year than the Chargers. 11 different combos.
They were screwed.
It's 5 dudes. 11 different combos.
Remember the
that 5 dudes that have to play
the Sunday Night Football rankings?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This guy's the 158th in the league.
All of them. They were all across the board, yeah.
Yeah, and then Justin Herbert. This guy could be the best ever.
Yeah.
Now, on that note, good luck, pal. You're going to have to run for your life. And then people are getting mad at him whenever he's caressing a hair of Madison Beer, his lady. It's like this guy's been through hell.
Those are separate.
I heard it was all the work.
It was all work.
Well, they were doing it again yesterday, so they're working hard.
Nah, they're holding
I heard AJ.
No, and Christian McCaffrey.
For what, D-Butt?
I don't know yet, but all the quarterbacks, and I think you mentioned, I don't know if it was on or off.
It was on.
It's weird, like, all these quarterbacks kind of doing the same thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
did
like a
see that. I
reality
did see
TV
something about
show.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, I think so.
I did see that.
Not all the
It's
quarterbacks.
just interesting.
It does. What do you mean, not all the quarterbacks?
Not all the quarterbacks. And I'm not even talking about my guy who's throwing the ball better than anybody else. But, let's talk about Josh Allen. Josh Allen is married to a very, very hot actress, singer, everything.
Okay.
And she very, very, very successful.
Yeah, A-list, yeah.
And A-list, thank you. That's the terminology.
She might be filming
Yeah,
something.
she's working.
Well, what's everyone else doing? And also, she's not working. She's being a mother. She has the most important role.
I like you talking nice about Josh.
I love Josh Allen. I just don't like the Buffalo Bills. It's tough, actually.
I would like to go on the record as stating that I'm happy all these guys are in love, and I'm happy that football players are now like musicians. Obviously, have very famous relationships. Actors have very famous relationships. Nowadays, like football guys are in like the super famous pop culture relationships. Is that because Travis and Taylor? Probably. If we had to guess. But I think we should be happy for these folks finding love in a hopeless place, which is at the top of their mountains.
Oh, we had something before, Travis.
Tom and Giselle, of course, and you didn't see them smooching on the field.
Yeah, that's definitely similar to what Travis.
Well, how'd that one work out?
It worked out great until
you don't need
that freaking karate teacher.
It's jujitsu. A little respect.
Karate.
Guy was disciplined, man. Yeah, always there.
He was.
Taekwondo with
always
the best.
there.
Turns out that was something, huh?
Russ Sierra.
Yeah.
That was not just...
Russ Sierra.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, agreed. Saw them at the wedding, by the way. They were awesome. It was. I think I did Soldier Boy near Sierra, within.
That's sweet.
Joe Namath and the girl that dress blows up in the...
Jessica Simpson.
Marilyn Monroe.
Tony Romo, Jessica Simpson.
True.
Great. Chicken of the Sea.
Yep.
Never forget it. All right, let's talk about other things happening around the NFL that certainly haven't been chatted about yet. We got the next class, basically, of potential next head coaches. A bunch of new school dudes. How the boys at the Thunderdome were kind of talking about it at coordinator positions, both on the offensive side and on the defensive side. Obviously, David Blah picks up the job at the Commanders. He was quarterback coach, now offensive coordinator. They cleaned house over there. Is he the next Kelly Moe to go get the next head coaching job? Or how about Mr. Fleury? Or how about Declan Doyle, Davis Webb, or Sean Mannion? All these guys could potentially have an explosive year and be head coaches at your team next year if your team is completely ass. And then on the defensive side, Jim Leonard, this guy's been talked about as being a defensive mastermind for a long time.
Yep.
Was in college, obviously played well, played great. They got high hopes for him up in Buffalo alongside Joe Brady. Will he be the next defensive-minded coach that potentially gets an opportunity because their team could win the Super Bowl? Chris O'Leary just chatted about him with what he's been bringing to the Chargers. Mr. Jones, Christian Parker, Rob Leonard, and then Rutenberg over there in Cleveland. These are the names that could potentially be on the coaching carousel list for who's getting hired next with one great season. That is what it is nowadays.
Yes,
one great season away from potentially getting a head coaching job in the NFL.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're getting to the age where a lot of these guys played, like Blau and Mannion and Webb and Jim Leonard. Like we watched these guys play. Well, the back, of course, a little bit, and then fun fact, I texted AQ Shipley because I was doing a little bit of research on Rob Leonard there, and I saw he was born in Moon Township. He's 38 years old. That's AQ's best friend from high school.
Oh, really? I saw him take a selfie, I think, on the field last week.
Yes.
I didn't know he was the defensive coordinator. I was like, that's cool. AQ knows somebody in the marketing department for the Raiders. Instead, Moon Township has created the defensive coordinator for the Las Vegas Raiders. Congratulations to them. And I know the Moon Tigers in their drive-in movie theater are going to be celebrating the shit out of this tonight, especially over there at the International Airport. So far away from everything, but obviously a place we all have to go to. Rob Leonard came out of there and said, Joe DiNardo is my God.
He did.
Okay, when it comes to Doppler reading, not just Dauber reading. And now he's leading the Las Vegas Raiders defense that has Max Crosby on it, a bunch of new signings, and potentially a team that's going to surprise absolutely everybody, Ty.
Yeah, without a doubt. And then one guy that we don't have up here, who I think it's a foregone conclusion that he probably will get a head coaching job next year, at least I would assume, is Nate Scheelhaas, who was the Rams passing game coordinator last year. LaFleur leaves. He's the OC now. Maybe like a Declan Doyle type situation where he's not calling plays. It's McVay's offense, but he's probably going to be a head coach.
Rob Leonard's been doing this a long time. Here's a high school cutout, probably from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Robbie Leonard here, Moon area. Running back and DB, played both ways. Oh, he had 1,399 all-purpose yards. Led the Tigers in rushing and scoring. Where the hell's AQ?
Leading the way in the
trenches. Yeah. 847 on 155 carries, 11 touchdowns. Leonard also had a team-high 6 picks.
Wow. That's impressive.
It was a unanimous first-team All-Parkway. Hey, listen.
All-Parkway.
You get on the All-Parkway team, dogs.
Offense and defense.
Is that like all league? What does that mean?
All-Parkway. I genuinely have no idea. I couldn't
like
even
all
guess.
state,
Big
all
trucks
league, all
only.
whatever.
That must be
Please
something.
call AQ. Hey, was he All-Parkway?
That must be something out. That must be West Hills something.
Yeah, I mean, making the All-Parkway team, I would be very proud of that. Okay, Parkway is obviously...
We just called it All Conference.
Yeah, we should have had a cooler name. All Valley was one of them, too, over there.
Valley News Dispatch, yeah.
All Valley, because we had a
Shout
couple
out to
valleys.
Suburban or whatever it's called.
All Parkways. They should have all drive-in movie theater.
That'd be cool.
That's a Moon had.
The all-highway team.
Oh.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, that's not it.
Fastest
Can they sing or
guys.
can they drive? Oh, they're fast.
Fastest guys around, maybe.
Okay. Are we calling AQ? Is he...
He played in all 3 phases, too. He also punted.
Yeah, he was the backup quarterback.
Return punts.
That's why he's DC.
Maybe that's what it is. Like
Jim
just
Thorpe.
the best athletes around.
He was also backup quarterback. They said, yeah, obviously he's taking the snaps. If the starting quarterback can, we're giving it to the guy that led us in tackles and rushes and yards and touchdowns and picks and was on the All-Parkway team for the Moon Tigers. Joining us now is a guy who never talked about being on the All-Parkway team. We have no idea. Former Remington Award winner. He stood at 6'1.5" 357 pounds.
Damn.
The immovable object out of Penn State.
Oh.
What was he doing?
Yikes.
Great
A lot
names.
of good names coming out of that
Great
place
names.
right
Yeah.
now. Snowpaw?
I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, AQ Shipley.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how you always sell me short. I mean, I was 6'1.5".
Oh, that was an inch off.
All right. I was 40 pounds less, and I've even lost more since. I mean, it's unbelievable.
I was talking about you playing football. I'm not talking about you now. Obviously, you're a strapping lad, an absolutely handsome man. One of the top color commentators in all of the NFL.
Boom.
Tough to figure out a phone. Hey, were you all Parkway with Rob Leonard? And you also know Spy Tech up there. What's going on? Do you have a direct line to the Las Vegas Raiders with Tom Brady once going under your cheeks to get a football during a Super Bowl run?
Just posted a picture with Robbie Leonard on my story the other day. I spent about an hour with him pregame. Arizona Cardinals versus the Vegas Raiders in the preseason. Spent about an hour with Spy Tech. Vegas Raiders got a team over there. They made a big free agency haul. Robbie Leonard's a dog, though. Let me start off with that. This dude, undersized, goes to W&J, Washington and Jefferson, outside of Pittsburgh.
Roger Goodell.
Goes about a year, I think, there. Ends up walking on at NC State. Earns a scholarship, becomes a 2-year starter, captain, linebacker, the whole 9. He's worked under Mike McDonald and John Harbaugh at the Ravens, been with the Giants, been with the Dolphins, and now he's made a home out there at the Vegas Raiders. This dude's a stud.
Okay, I like that Robbie Leonard's getting an opportunity. Knew nothing about him.
Nothing.
I feel terrible. I should have known he was all Parkway. Were you all Parkway or no?
Come on. Let's relax.
Did you make all Parkway?
Yeah, what the hell is All Parkway?
Of course I was all Parkway. I was an All-American. What are we talking about?
Were you all Parkway?
Were you whipping all 22?
All USA.
No, I understand that, but sometimes Yinzers are a little bit harsher judges than the rest of America. I'm learning that right now in real time with a lot of Yinzers attacking me for what everything I'm a part of right now. Did you make the All Parkway team or not? I need to know.
I was all Parkway Conference. I was Fab 22. I was terrific 25.
Parkway Conference.
I was up for the WPIL Player of the Year as a lineman. Let's relax.
Oh, wow.
Up for it. Who won?
Pop your shit.
Robbie Leonard, it sounds like.
Oh, no, Nate Hartung won that.
Oh, the hard tongue?
What year was that?
I mean, WPIL Player of the Year had, Darrell Revis.
Justin King.
Jeez.
Was Justin King a part of that? He had 5
He was
touchdowns
7
on
years.
6
Justin
touches against
King
the
was
Plum
there.
Mustangs.
Yeah, it was probably Justin King. If
I had a time.
Eugene Jarvis. You guys remember Eugene
Oh,
Jarvis?
the dancing machine. Eugene. Yeah, I remember Eugene Jarvis. So fast. So explosive.
Neil Walker. He only played about 15 years in pro baseball. I mean, athletes come from Pittsburgh. We know that.
Was Neil Walker all Parkway though? I don't think so. I don't think he
got it. I lost to Pine Richland to go to Heinz Field, and Neil Walker. I lost to Neil Walker.
The PA player of the year was Justin King, so yeah, it was probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there you go. I tackled him. I don't know if he had 5 touchdowns on 7 touchdowns or 7 touches or 5 touchdowns on 6 touches. Whatever the case, I got to tackle him.
You and Joe Hadley got him. It was 5 on 7.
He was out by the 3rd.
Joe Hadley, guitar player.
And also all-time leading sack haver for the Plum Mustangs.
Half of our team was suspended because they went to breakfast and skipped school, okay?
That was an awesome week. That was
Can't
an
do
awesome
that.
week. I had a French test. Literally, couldn't fail it. My grades were so bad in that particular class. Had to take the test. All the lads doing breakfast. Literally showing up to a school alone, okay? Taking this test, have to take this test. Whoop, whoop, pulls up on all the lads. Start getting a lot of text messages like, oh no, they're here. Where? I'm watching it all unfold. They all get walked their asses, perp walk right down the hallway, right into the principal, suspended for everything. I look like a hero because I was there. Yep. I was the person I think everybody would have thought not there. Instead, you guys are bad guys. Soccer team got taken out. Football team got taken out. I think our women's basketball team got taken. I mean, it was...
The party.
It was Eaton Park, and then there was a couple houses that were happening. That was every year that was happening. And it was the only one I didn't go to.
Good for you. Take
God,
your studies seriously.
No, I was going to fail.
Look at us. We went to school.
See?
I was just very afraid
Wait,
of
they
my
all
dad
met
at
for
that time.
breakfast before school one day?
Yeah, it's like senior skip. Like it was like a day that was kind of like.
Oh, okay.
But I needed to pass. Like this thing would have got me not.
Was that on game day?
No, it was early. It was like a Monday or Tuesday, mate. Tuesday, I think it was like a Tuesday.
Boy, when that news started ripping through the school.
I was very worried about everybody. I'm like, man, our whole team is about to be fucked because I knew there's people hiding under tables at Eaton Park. if I'm now that I'm going back to it, there was people hiding under tables. So good.
Smiley cookies. Let's go.
Had them a couple days ago. Not cardboard. They're actually pretty good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, all Parkway member.
Hell yeah.
In 2007.
Congrats.
No, 2003, 2004. Ladies and gentlemen, it's A.Q. Shipley.
Thank you.
That was a crazy day. You think those kids still do that stuff?
Yep. They do.
Yeah, you would know.
I just sent the senior off. Yep, they do.
But the school's aware of it now, right? Isn't it one of those things where like the school knows?
Can
like,
kids
hey,
leave school
they're
now?
doing
We were
this.
never allowed to leave school.
Sometimes, yeah, like my daughter, she would leave at like 12 something, do like half days.
They have like college schedules, kind of. Some kids can.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'll tell you what, you should have heard me telling people that I was in. Hey, you see everybody. Look at everybody.
So how many guys? Like you have a bunch of guys not be able to dress for that game?
20.
Yeah, that was on the football team.
Yeah.
Soccer team had 10 people probably. All seniors and juniors, obviously. They all played.
We were playing kids that weren't even starting on JV.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I got a snap, if I do recall, that took 6 bounces. Okay? Then I caught it, and I was running to the left, and I was going to try to get it. Obviously, Gateway, as you were playing that week, they're very good. Come to kill me. I go to punt that thing lefty. Yeah, right. Dead. Okay. Kickoff. Justin King, I think probably 8 yards deep in the end zone, brings that thing out. Right by me. That's a touchdown. This guy already has 2 touchdowns on the day. Catches a sweep, 3rd touchdown. Then I think I had to punt to him, and then he just accidentally stumbled, and I grabbed him and tackled him. I come to the sideline, and I forget who it was. Might have been Kurt Zaspel or something like that. He came up to me and was like, you're the only guy that has tackled him today. You know? I'm like, no, haven't even thought of that. It was fun. Man, high school football is happening right now. Is it already started?
Oh, yeah.
Just started. It just started. I know in Florida, South Florida, week 0 just happened. So
Yeah, we started.
the jamborees or whatever, a lot of big time matchups. You know, kind of like we talked about yesterday with the college. It was almost like the big time schools matching up, but it doesn't count against their record. So it is underway. But yeah, I didn't know Plum didn't love ball. Spending 20-year guys for skip school.
You ever
talking about, man?
You ever seen Tweeter end zone dance? It was kind of like that.
Yeah, it was.
I haven't seen that, but I mean,
You've definitely seen
gotta sit down
Varsity
in the
Blues.
rug,
Have you seen Varsity Blues?
Run a couple. Nah.
Oh,
but
A fucking 10.
but
Oh yeah, I have.
Probably my number one.
The coach to force the quarterback to play.
But kill me.
Yeah.
It's kind of how we rolled.
rest in peace.
That was kind of what
The
Plum
coach
was
or the
like
quarterback?
at that time. Now, granted, I don't think the coaches and the administrators, we didn't win as many games as the Varsity Blues boys were.
No.
And the administrators and teachers
Kilmer's
weren't
got it.
necessarily on our side either. I don't think that was
Were
necessary.
they just taking a stand and making an example, I would assume?
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, and I think,
overzealous ADs.
Yeah, and assistant principals, and I mean, I don't want to get into it all, but
Couple teachers.
Yeah, a lot of those. Yeah, it was good. Great relationship we had with our school. Great relationship. Still do. We're all Mustangs here.
That's right.
Let's go Mustangs.
Big year coming.
Absolutely. You got dogs across the board. Soccer team, both of them, women and girls and boys. We're going to win state. Plum football team, about to just go undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Gave the boys a little motivational speech last year. They're carrying that into this year.
Okay.
We're going down to Florida, too. I think midway through, go ahead and smack some of your schools around.
Good luck.
What?
Good luck.
You guys traveling.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sending them down to Florida. I'm in the process right now. I'm launching this. IMG, you want some? Come get some. I'll fly the boys down.
You starting to top.
I'll fly the boys down to IMG just so you can get a little taste of what's going on in those East Hills.
Those will be televised soon, actually. Those
What?
IMG games.
Definitely.
Is that this weekend or next weekend? That's around the corner.
Yeah, IMG, what do they have? They have a top 10 player in the NFL draft over
The last 8 drafts, I think.
It's a pretty good little high school.
Yeah.
I think they also have professional tennis players and
baseball,
volleyball,
soccer.
Hey, we shouldn't count that as a high school.
I like it as it's a
Agreed.
prep school. It's like an academy
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
professional athletics.
Yeah.
A cheat.
Why? Because they're beating the hell out of teams in Florida? Is that what's happening?
I mean,
Do they even go to
it's
class?
not fair. Like St. Thomas, I think, like St. Thomas Aquinas, like that's a high school. That's where you could just say, okay, talent's coming. That's where the Bolster brothers went. That's where Gino.
They have dances and stuff, probably.
Yeah, like legit, exactly. Like
Sister
a real school, but like IMG, that's like I count it as like a prep.
There's no prom at IMG, I bet.
No.
That's because they're working.
Yeah, they're already in college.
Okay, let's live.
What are you talking about in May? Yeah, right. That's perfect time to get after it. I don't. We got baseball happening. We got off-season football happening. You think we got time to go have a day tomorrow night on ESPN2?
Boom.
We have high school football starting. Hell yes.
Yes.
What's that?
Baylor Square. That's where
IMG has a prom.
Brentwood Academy. Okay.
Shocked.
Isn't that where?
Is
I
Brentwood?
don't like that
That's where
actually.
Peyton's son
Yeah,
grew up.
Yeah.
I think it's
Did you see that by any chance? The
What's that?
highlights?
Okay, so
Is it 7-on-7 and then? 11?
So that was a scrimmage.
Okay.
So that was just a scrimmage. So Peyton was obviously at the Hall of Fame.
Gotcha,
that was the night before the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So obviously Marshall's highlights hit the internet and go crazy because he's spinning it. And we've watched him since he was literally like this big, start spinning it, almost like we saw the Manning boys as kids with Archie and the commercials and everything like that. And I saw Peyton on Saturday at the Hall of Fame, and I'm like, congrats on it. I heard did our boy get in last night? And he goes, scrimmage. It's just scrimmage. And I was like, okay, because I know he would be very bummed if he missed, obviously, his first, which I thought happened in real time. And I knew, that guy, I don't want to speak too out of pocket here, but he wanted to be a great dad, right? So that's why the timing in which he had kids was like so late. So the amount he has poured into his kids, Marshall and Moses, I am very impressed by.
He's coaching their teams.
Yeah, 7-on-7. He is all in on him. So whenever I saw Marshall playing and then I heard Peyton was out there, I'm like, man, that sucks that you missed that. He's like, scrimmage, just scrimmage. It's like, all right, sounds good.
Yeah, I was confused because it looked like it was 7-on-7 and there was highlights. I think the running back that he plays with is the number 1 running back in the country because there was highlights later of him against 11-on-11, so I was confused, but that makes a lot more sense.
It's a powerhouse down there in Tennessee.
Buford? Or
Baylor.
Baylor or Brent?
They're Brentford.
But no, I think the Georgia school they were scrimmaging against is the powerhouse in Georgia.
Okay, so I believe this is the youngest Manning boy, and I believe, I don't know if you're recruited to the school or he wanted to do it as well for the football. So this was a big decision that was obviously made. Getting a chance to go back to Tennessee, he's going to be a guy. We know that. And the story about the Manning Passing Academy that Pete Thamel did, worth a watch. Very, very, very well done. I think it's on social. I don't know where else they have it at, but it's on the ESPN socials. Just talking about that Manning and Passing Academy, and then it's very evident how much the Mannings love ball. It is literally who they are as people. It is what they are as humans. And the amount they give back down there is absurd. Okay, AJ, let's chit-chat a little bit about, stats that have been going for 36 years. Yesterday we brought it up, but we didn't make our own picks. For 36 consecutive seasons, at least 4 teams that missed the playoffs the year prior have gotten in the following season. You can go from the outhouse to the penthouse. You can be shite and then very good quickly. We've seen it. It is the reason why fan bases get so pumped up about firing a coach and moving on. We've seen these other places go from last and ass all the way up into the playoffs to dancing. So why won't we do that? Which 4 of these teams do you believe has the best opportunity to make the playoffs? Hard not to immediately go, well, the Colts are going to make the playoffs. I know that. So that's I'm picking them. Patrick Mahomes is up here. MCDC's up here. Dak Prescott's up here. And then you go Kevin O'Connell with Kyler Murray. If that ends up working out, are they going to run? Are they going to run? just like they did a few years back where they were almost the number 1 seed in the NFC. AJ, what are some teams that you're looking at that go, you know what, maybe? Another one for me, why not the Raiders?
Yeah.
Why not the Raiders? Especially if Fernando is what we think he is. And by we, I'm speaking for me. I don't want to speak for everybody else. I think Fernando is going to be very fucking good in the NFL. The way he talks, Chuck Pagano in a message he sent to me, he's like, he sounds a lot like Andrew with the way he is kind of talking. Super upbeat, super team guy. He is beloved, able to make all the plays, smart enough to handle it. I think Fernando is going to be very good. Is that this year where they make the jump to go to the playoffs, or is it like they're building for another year and it's the next year? AJ, who do you think? Who do you like? Just 1 or 2 teams?
Well, if I'm taking 4, I'm taking Vikings, Cowboys, Bengals, Chiefs here off this list right now. Give me 2 from the NFC, 2 from the AFC. I would like to throw – I don't like leaving the Ravens out. I have a hard time with them. The Lions maybe. But, yeah, those would be my 4. Vikings. Can you see the Cowboys not making the playoffs this year? I can't.
No, especially with all the reports out of camp. And I like how every one of them fought. AJ.
Yeah.
I like that. If we don't want to fight, but if we're going to judge a fight, everybody seemingly in a Cowboys uniform that was within earshot got into that fight, and so did the Saints. So maybe the Saints should be a part of this conversation. D-Bud, who are your 4?
You know what? I won't even go just playoffs. I'll say like making a deep playoff run. So
winning a game.
If you don't mind, I'll go just 2, 1 from each side, like a deep playoff Super Bowl run. And that would be the Cowboys. I'm very, very high on the Cowboys. Love Shoddy, love Dak, love their defense. I think Christian Parker's going to make a huge difference. So I'll go with the Cowboys from that side. And then the easy pick would be the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. But I'm going to go with the Ravens. Again, I feel like the Ravens are always a popular pick to make a run in the Super Bowl. They're always up there.
They're the favorites in the AFC.
Yep, they got a 2-time MVP quarterback. We popped up those new school dudes. He does have a very young offensive coordinator calling plays for him, Lamar Jackson, but a lot of defensive pieces on there, a lot of number 1 picks. So I'm going to go with the Ravens and the Cowboys making deep playoff runs.
They're saying Jacoby Lane should be a big piece for the Baltimore Ravens. They lose Likely, which is a huge target. He went to the New York Giants. That is a massive deal that's not being talked about until about week 11. You know, that'll be chit-chat. Likely will go crazy across the middle for the Giants, and everybody will say, oh, yeah, they got Likely 80 up there in New York, because normally we only see him do highlights. Conman, who are the 4 or 2 that you like?
I like the Giants, actually. The Giants feel the most like, to me, the Patriots of last year, where they bring in a veteran coach. They've had a quarterback for a year. He learns a little bit. I know we just watched Jackson Dart get absolutely obliterated in the first preseason game, but I think that might even be better for him, that he gets that out of the way and realizes, like, okay, I actually can't take those shots. Also love the Lions in the NFC. It feels like the Lions, I don't know if they play an outdoor game until week 17 or something. It's some ridiculous stat.
It's the worst time to play an outdoor game.
Worst time to play.
Just if we're going to talk about it.
For sure. But if Goof only has one of those and it's not till week 17, I love that for Detroit. And then from the AFC, I kind of love the Titans as well.
Wow.
I mean, the Raiders and the Titans, to me, kind of reek of the most kind of big turnarounds from their team. They both were number 1 and number 2 in free agent spending. That's another thing the Patriots did last year. The Seahawks also were top 5 last year. We know what both those teams did. And then Bob Saleh. Bob Saleh, we pulled up the stat, I think it was either late last week or early this week, as far as defensive turnarounds from 32nd to top tier. Bob Saleh was the guy that took the Jets from 32nd to 7th or 8th. I forget the exact number, but I love what they're doing. And I love Cam Ward. Like Cam Ward now is Brian Daboll. They went top 5 receiver in Carnell Tate, the number 1 off the board, who went to IMG Academy, speaking of. So like that's a guy that's probably going to come and immediately do well. Wandale Robinson. I love those kind of 4 teams making a turnaround.
Yeah, you like the spend stat, and I do too.
Yeah.
Because if like teams are trying to win, do they win? They do, is what stats are saying. So if teams are going for it in March, everybody says you can't win Super Bowl in March or April. It's like, actually, stats are telling us if you spend money, you actually do have better success if you're paying the right players. They got to stay healthy. Daboll also potentially going right back to being a head coach if he can get Cam Ward to play on schedule, and they have a great run this year. Ty, who do you like?
I probably wouldn't have said this a couple weeks ago when we were talking about it, but I think I'm kind of getting back in on the Buccaneers. I think Bake is going to he's going to have a massive chip on his shoulder. I think he's going to have a really good year. If they can get Vita Vea done, that's obviously huge. I agree with Connor on the Lions. I just have a tough time seeing they're so talented, and obviously like the football power index and all that bullshit, no one really reads into that, but like when you just look at their roster on paper, they are very, very good, and if they can stay somewhat healthy. I mean, they were so banged up last year. I'd have a tough time not seeing them potentially win that division, at the very least get into the playoffs. I also like the Titans. I think Bob Saleh learned quite a bit from his. I mean, we talked about it last when he was the head coach of the Jets. It's like, this isn't the same guy. Where was the defensive coordinator for the 49ers who was going ape shit on the sidelines? Like, it was a completely different person. It's almost like he neutered himself. I think he'll be different. And then I agree. I think the Ravens, I expect them to have a deep run into the playoffs this year as well.
Okay, so Titans getting a lot of love here. I like that for the city of Nashville, Music City. Obviously, new uniforms look spectacular. New era, potentially. Is Cam Ward going to come into his own and be a stud? Tough AFC South. I like how much you guys like them all of a sudden. Go ahead, Tom.
I'm going to go one from the AFC, and I think that's the Bengals. I like their schedule a lot. I liked what they did with Sexy Dexy. So I'm going to go with the Bengals in the AFC, and then the top 3 teams in that top row for the NFC, Cowboys, Lions, and Bucks. Those would be my 4 for the show.
Okay, so you got 3 from the NFC going, 1 from the AFC. No mention of the Colts.
I noticed that.
The problem with the Colts.
None, AJ. Did you? You didn't. You could have said it too. You saw it.
I could have.
What were you gonna say?
I'm waiting.
I wouldn't be shocked. To be honest with you, I would not be shocked if the Colts make the playoffs. That would not shock me, but that was not in my top 4 of teams I had to pick from this.
Yeah, I heard. What were you gonna say though?
I'm just saying it feels like with a lot of teams every year with camp, it's like all good stuff. And aside from Dan Jones looking like he hasn't torn his Achilles, which is the biggest thing, there hasn't been any good stuff.
Tyler Warren's catching everything.
Absolutely. Tyler Warren's
Quentin
great.
Nelson saying, I don't care about my contract. They're going to have to pay me a shit ton of money at some point. I'm just out here to work.
Sauce got younger.
Sauce Gardner looks faster.
Kate Curry looked real
Ward's
good.
been out. Sauce Gardner, I think we all know the story with Sauce. And that, for me personally, he was great his first 2 years, and he's still very young. He hasn't been worth a shit since. Okay,
Wow.
and that was
I disagree with
that. Was 3
Me
years
too.
ago.
Thank you. D-Button knows.
Confirm.
And I disagree. He's a great Indianapolis Colt.
I'm going to practice as soon as we get off here.
He's actually
he's
been a terrible Indianapolis Colt. Some would say. I would say.
No, he had a camp. Hey, he had a camp for the kids.
Which was cool.
When Bama showed up, Munshawn Sales. I guess I have learned since Munshawn committed to Indiana University on our show, live on our show, we met his entire family. I guess they call him Bama because he's originally, as a kid from Bama, moves up to Indiana. He came through the Gridiron Gang. With Robert Mathis, who obviously we've been very lucky to kind of partner with him and help that entire thing. He showed up at Sauce camp and just said, "Hey, you want to run one real quick?" And Sauce said, "I get ready for an NFL season."
Which is a good move.
Damn right.
Because there's no winning in that situation.
Lose.
What's that, AJ? What's so
He's
funny?
got to be smart. You got to protect his body. You got to be smart. Like, I wouldn't want to take him on either.
Amen. Especially if you see this. Munshawn is
he's a house,
dude. He's gigantic.
Yeah,
These younger wide receivers are all bigger. They're all DNs.
Yeah.
If you just look at what Ohio State has, Jeremiah Smith, Chris Henry Jr. If they were to line up at DN, everybody'd be like, "Yep, that's exactly what it's supposed to be." Instead, they're running 4-3s outside, catching from Mr. Saint, who's going to go crazy potentially. Ryan Day, not the number 1 team in the country, and Tone Diggs is out.
That's right.
Sorry.
It was Oregon. Congrats to Dan Lanning on winning a preseason national championship, and congrats to Ryan Day winning 2 of them. That's a hard out coming. It does not care if we stop talking or not.
Nice.
No, I think I did carry through a little bit. I think for the art effect, for my particular art, I think it will cut me off mid-yell just to showcase the importance of what a hard out is. I was taking a lot of heat on that, AJ. I was taking a lot of heat.
He does not care. I know. But that's why I was glad you guys put the graphics together and explained the hard out situation. It's true. Like, this thing does not care about anything. It is going to happen no matter what.
Yeah. Now, granted, Bruce said today was a funny day, actually, in master control and in delay. There was multiple people counting. So I think there was potentially a little bit of a, let's make sure we got multiple mouths doing the countdown so everybody can hear it after what happened yesterday with Mr. Rasmussen, the founder of ESPN. And I did see the reaction on the internet. I read it was good. Perfect timing for it,
Sure.
Just right with everything going on. It was a lot of fun. It's been a blast.
So dumb.
I agree.
Let's take a break.
I agree with Con, man.
I was going to say, let's just take a break. Because we're lucky and fortunate that we get to do this for a living, so I'm not going to say shit, about shit. But boy, it's getting pretty ridiculous out there at this stage.
I mean, the Ari Mirov thing today is just a perfect encapsulation. They take 3-4 actual pictures, and then it's just like, You know that's not him. You gotta know that's not him. There's so many pictures out there.
It's like cartoon hair.
Yeah, I mean, it took me 2 seconds. I was like, "Who the fuck is that?"
They tweeted it out before with a different picture of you. He had a different fucking picture.
You do look absolutely yoked in it, though. So I mean, it's
thank you.
Professional rugby.
And Ari, you can stuff your sorries in a sack pile.
No, and
oh, he said sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that from Ari. We use a lot of Ari's shit, so like, which I thought was a good thing. And
you should just send some like professional headshots to a few accounts. They
yeah, I'm sure they'll. Yeah,
right. Hey, you just use these.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll do that. I'm sure that'll be the case. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a fun week on the internet. We're born in the internet, though. Born in the dark, born in the internet. So it's kind of part of the game. It's got to kind of be a part of it, I guess, and just wake up and
does have some
read how terrible of a human you are and how you should be super pumped about something, but also, make sure you read what this fucking dickhead has to say who couldn't hold my fucking microphone ever in his fucking life. Now, on that note, excited for a football season.
Okay? Oh, yeah.
Now, very excited for a football season. Very lucky to be a part of this football season in the way that we're going to be. And let's take a break. And on the other side, let's go ahead and cover everything taking place around the world of sport.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Baseball's got some stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Crushing it.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of stuff.
Baseball's showing up in a huge way for us. Obviously, joint practices are going to continue to roll on. We'll see if Schefter is breaking any more news. This should be a fun time here on the other side. And we're thankful and lucky and happy we get to do it. And we'll continue to do it for as long as you'll have us. Because we can't thank all of you enough. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice, might change your life. Take 5. Jack, you got anything to say to the team here?
Oh, man, you guys keep crushing and firing everybody up. It's bigger than you guys, and you guys are the friggin' best.
Boom.
Thank you, Jack.
That's amazing.
Yes.
God damn, I needed that.
I got back in shape. I think the best shape of my life. I felt like I just throw people through walls. Oh, shit. What's happening? What is this?
What the fuck is this?
We interrupt your regular programming with breaking news.
We have reports of a UAP approaching Indianapolis. They have messaged to officials they are coming to take over the world.
Government agencies have been alerted that they plan to land and activate Earth's Armageddon switch.
This is literally the scariest situation imaginable, a true doomsday scenario. Please stay calm, seek shelter immediately, and pray to whatever God or higher power you believe in.
What is that?
What? Landed here?
I think Indianapolis. What? So that can't be.
We gotta go find these motherfuckers.
Yeah?
That's what we need to do.
I think it sounds like something that you should do with Jack Carr. Yeah. I don't know. We need to.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
All right, well, let's go. Yeah. Let's... Fuck these pieces of shit.
Let's get them.
Oh, there it is. That motherfucker. It's here. It's here.
It's the button.
Yeah, it is. Oh.
Hey, do you have a rifle?
No, I got something better. I got something better. Jack, I've been saving this.
What?
Yeah.
What is this thing?
What?
That's for a rifle. What is this?
Yeah, it kills aliens. Yeah, I bought it online, deep web.
That's certainly convenient for us. All right, here we go. Hey, will you be my spotter?
Oh my God, it'd be my honor. Let's go kill these motherfuckers.
Let's do this.
Where are they?
I don't know. I think they're coming. Looks like they might be coming from right over here.
Yeah. Looks like I see their fucking ship. Let's get them. They're not gonna get to that button, Jack.
Nope, they will not get to that button.
Is that one of them? Yeah. Black helmet, Carhartt khaki. He's walking right at you. Go ahead and pep. Yep. That's it, Jack Carr. That's it, Jack Carr. You killed that son of a bitch. Oh, there's another one. He looks the exact same, a little taller, a little bit more awkward. A little more awkward? Yeah, he's in the same spot though. Go ahead and get him. Go ahead. Yeah, there it is. Good hit, Jack Carr.
Two down.
2 dead aliens. Not on our watch.
Oh, he came down backwards. This one's showing you his back. No respect.
No respect.
Kind of a disrespectful alien here as he drags his carcass around. Looks different. Oh, all three of them stacked up.
Nice.
Jack Carr slaying aliens. Oh, there's one more. It's a big one.
He looks like an eater.
He is an eater.
Oh, man.
This must be their supreme commander. Look at the size. He's looking at you, Jack. He's coming at you, Jack. He's coming at us, Jack. Get his big ass, Jack. Boom, boom. This guy's trying to take down our planet. Go the fuck out. That's it, Jack Carr. Go back to where you came from, you sack of shit! Hey, good work, dude. Amazing. That was awesome. I mean, they were gonna fucking come in here. I mean, they just popped up and they just shot him right in the fucking head.
I don't know. Good thing we saw that newscast when we did.
Well, that's why they do the live alert. I don't know. Did we know that? That's still
I feel like that should have been disclosed when we got this place.
the legit. Let's go and talk to the boys.
Amazing. Let's do it.
What a life you live.
Man, I'm just glad you had this rifle and I had those binos. What are the odds of that? I mean,
I could see them.
good thing I carry those with me everywhere I go.
The big one at the end really ate some fucking pain.
Yeah, I feel like he stopped somewhere on the way in for a snack.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. What do you think, boys? Fucking Jack Carr's here. If that's not enough reason to buy his new book, I don't know what is. Fucker just saved the earth. And nobody would have known about it if it didn't just so happen to happen right here with all these cameras. Thank you, Jack Carr. Thank you, Jack Carr.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack. Thanks, guys. Thank you, guys.
Three-time World Saver Jack Carr has done it again. We're all mind blown that a global attack always seemingly happens when Jack Carr comes to the Thunderdome. But boy, we're thankful he's always there to save us all. On that note, Jack Carr's new book, Cry Havoc, is available now. It's a Vietnam-era thriller and the 8th installment of the multiple-time New York Times best-selling series Terminal List. Hell yeah, Jack Carr. Hell yeah.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the DraftKings Thunderdome. On this Big Ball Talk Wednesday, August 19, 2026, hour 3 of the program begins now. Football is fantastic. That's AJ Hawk. The Toxic Table's here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys AP Tony's here. 9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler's
Yes,
here.
sir.
D, but I said it going into the last break there. Baseball's doing it.
Yeah.
Baseball is really bringing it right now. A lot of highlights. We're getting into an important stretch, I believe, for baseball as fall obviously brings playoff baseball, which is not only just best of 7 series, but the best players playing in the biggest moments for baseball, which could potentially be the last year of baseball. Now, there's an investigation taking place in one particular team that is certainly offset the scales a little bit in how money has been used over the last few years and going into the future, but baseball is bringing it damn near every single night. Ty, Fernando Tatis Jr., I know he hits absolute bombs. I had no idea he's robbing home runs, and then not only robbing home runs, staring down, and then the flip from the glove to his hand afterwards, which comes from the fans' perspective, is crazy. What a catch. Hi, obviously snags that grand slam there. That would have been. The guy that hit that thought he had a grand slam on it. dog.
Yeah.
Absolute dog. I didn't know Slam Diego had it like this. I didn't know Fernando had it like this. But it feels like this is happening like every single night we got highlights, Ty.
Yeah, I mean, Tatis is an absolute showman. He had a really slow start to the year in turn, because he's a power hitter, but he didn't hit a home run for a really long time. And that's the one thing with baseball, when guys like flash the glove a little bit when their defense is on, usually it reaps benefits at the plate. He hit 2 homers last night as well, but there are a cluster of so many teams that are close to the playoffs right now. Like, it's not playoff baseball for them, but like the Padres are in a position where like they have the playoffs, their sights set on that, and there are like 8 teams that are maybe within 1 or 2 games of them or all of each other in the NL playoffs. Same deal in the AL. So like, while it does seem like, like the Cubs, the Brewers, the Dodgers are the clear-cut favorites, they're kind of, they have much better records than everybody else. Like, 60% of the NL and like 65 to 70% of the AL, like, although these teams maybe haven't had the seasons that they wanted, like, they're still very much in the playoff race. So, like, every single one of these games, every night matters.
Cubs, Brewers, Dodgers, Rays, I saw had a really nice record up there. And they would certainly be a case study on, hey, you don't have to spend deferred billions of dollars to win, because I guess they spend nothing, and they're currently sitting at 75 and 50. You said the Brewers and the Cubs are heavy favorites to win this whole thing. We got to get the Pirates out of their division. we got to get the Pirates out of there, okay? We need to move immediately. I don't know how that happens, who we need to talk to, but during this lockout, we need to get the Buccos the hell out of that fucking division. Now, Skino, they're giving him a break. What are we learning about Skino?
He went today.
How's that going? Good?
You can imagine how it went today.
No.
I can't.
Well, 3-1. The Tigers are up right now.
He went 4 innings, didn't touch 98 again.
Shut him down.
Most walks in the season.
Well, yeah, he has a 5-day cycle. They delay that thing. Obviously, he's going to be off kilter a little bit. Tigers are a good baseball team. Everybody needs to relax here. Skino not hitting 98 has been the story, right?
Yeah.
There's something wrong with him is what everybody thinks, Ty?
Yeah, and I mean, I believe so. I mean, we talked to Skino a little bit. He said that, he felt good. It wasn't, like he wasn't injured, but something's going on. You don't go from throwing 100, 101 every single time, like deep into games, to, like Diggs said, like throwing 65 pitches at this point in the season and then getting pulled. Or today, the whole point was like, he's just a little run down. He's a little tired. We need to give him a couple extra days of rest and recuperation in between starts. And if he only went 4 innings today and he's walking a bunch of guys, 80 pitch, like it just, something's going on. And I suppose the Pirates, if they got hot right now, because there is still a little over a month left, like the Buccos could still make the playoffs, but at this point, like, you got to shut him down, because I personally think something is wrong, and it might be something as simple as he has arthroscopic surgery and they just like clean up some scar tissue or whatever, but he is very clearly not the same guy that he was last year, and he should be a guy who every time he goes out there, he dominates.
We think Pittsburgh Sportsnet were the ones, Sportsnet Pittsburgh were the ones that put this stat up there. This is kind of what everybody's talking about. This is what Ty was just talking about. This is what Tone was just talking about. And remember, all the way back to World Baseball Classic, okay, which Skino was very thankful to be a part of, lucky to be a part of, felt like he was leading. He wasn't throwing fast. And remember, D-Row was like, he's not over pitching right now. He's kind of picking guys apart. He's kind of still working into it a little bit. Turns out that is carried. We hope Skino gets healthy. D-Butt would like to shut him down.
Shut him down.
Shut him down.
Too
I agree.
He's got a bad case of D-Rowitis.
I think he showed up. I think he showed up like that. I think.
Really?
Because remember, D-Row was saying he's not overthrown. I think he told us that, right?
He pitched well in the World Baseball Classic, too.
Had to move everything up a month.
Yeah, then it didn't matter because, like, he was...
But was he throwing 100 and something? I don't think so.
I think he touched it a couple times, which, again, that early. But I think that probably a part of that, too, was, like, adrenaline, because we talked about it at the time. Like, those were the most important, impactful games that he had played in since he was in the national championship at LSU. Like, those were huge moments. But, like, it just... in the middle of the summer, for how big he is, what we've seen him do before, like, he should be throwing 100 plus. It's really weird to see him. I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot, but like 6 miles an hour of velocity, like the drop off, like that's a shitload. That's a ton.
Yeah. If I lost 5 yards off I think everybody would be like, hey, or is everything okay?
Right.
Yeah. We have been doing that to Paul. Paul, I think, has said, no, I'm good, which is why they're still putting him out there. Let's go away from Paul. Hey, Paul, we love you, buddy.
Hey, Paul.
Keep going,
I
Skino.
like everybody saying, taking pictures of him at the beach, casually relaxing. Okay, with his.
Some of those are fake, right? Some of those had to be fake.
No, they were all real.
But on that note, no pitcher. I don't know baseball enough. I guess
No, that's true. Pitchers are not jacked.
Quarterbacks normally
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
jacked because it's like fluidity.
You got to be
thing.
pliable, yeah. You got to be able to, move.
Yeah. So everybody was like, look at his fat suck.
Yeah.
I can't throw. It's like maybe, but
Noted
also,
bad bodies.
Yeah, pitchers, quarterbacks as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Andrew's
All
other
my
baseball.
quarterbacks jacked.
Andrew Luck was
Brady,
absolutely
Luck,
jacked. Tom
Cam.
Brady's jacked. I've
Brady
seen him.
wasn't.
Brady's still jacked.
We saw
Jacked or is like
we saw the
thick?
combine.
Him dapping up Chris Long or Andre Johnson. We've seen the clips from him.
Now he is.
But that's recently.
I know
yeah,
he's
like-
super healthy, but remember we had a
The butt
Good
chin.
shape.
You seen the
Good shape.
combine photo?
I mean, that was an old version.
That's what I'm
Right.
Tom Brady was
Grown
super healthy.
man, Tom. Let's say 25 years old. He was. I wouldn't say jacked, but he was in good shape.
That's what we're saying. He's healthy
Good
for
shape.
sure, super healthy, but not like ripped, not like jacked and shredded. The story Tom Brady told about going down and working out with Peyton Manning and ordering like oatmeal and I'll also take some fruit and then get some Peyton. He goes, I need some biscuits and gravy for sure. You got pancake? Give me the waffle and the pancake there. I'll take some fresh squeezed orange juice, some sweet tea that you have, and also I need some of the grits. Obviously, put some cheese on there as well. And Tom Brady thought to himself, what the fuck is this guy? That is why football is so great.
Yep.
Anybody can kind of get after it and win. But Peyton Manning was not a jacked individual as well. I assume who were the...
Yeah, I mean, you.
Like Schilling wasn't.
Yeah,
super
like you
jacked.
look at any of like the best pitchers in
Clemens.
baseball right now. Like,
Clemens had big old legs.
the guys are in great
CC,
shape,
wow.
but yeah, they're not like you wouldn't look at them and be like, "Holy shit, this guy's fucking jacked."
Let's stay with baseball. Let's go to the Crosstown Classic, the Crosstown Series. Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox, PCA, boom! Back-to-back leadoff dongs. He's the only player in MLB history to have back-to-back leadoffs and a walk-off home run in 2 games series. Obviously, his MVP candidacy does continue. PCA wasn't the only one that showed up in this particular game. Moonshot Ataka hit an absolute rocket ship, and the place went apeshit. Hits it off scoreboard out there, Oppo. So,
Damn.
Moonshot, I think that was his 29th home run on the season for Munetaka Murakami. And then the Cubs, back-to-back nights, not only do they electrify the entire Crosstown Classic, they have a walk-off. You know, this is what baseball is delivering, though, every single night, it feels like. Shout out to the sport that maybe because of a investigation into a clearing of books that needs to happen is not dead next year.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting. Like, so much of that stuff came out yesterday when a couple sleuths looked into like how the Dodgers essentially operate, and now we're finding out that, you know, Mark Walter might be just a big-time fraudster, so we don't know what's going on there. But yeah, I mean, essentially what I took away from it, and I would need like a lawyer or someone who's very, you know, much more well-versed in this stuff than me to like actually explain it. But like all of that deferred money, like they're going to have to find a way to get that off the books. They're not going to be able to keep all these guys that they are due millions and millions and millions of dollars through like 2047. It is essentially like he's created like a loop. So like his companies funnel money into his
Lend
other
money,
companies.
insure money,
Exactly.
defer money.
Yes.
So this money
It's just a never
He
ending.
tried selling the TV
Just all
deal too.
alleged, or
which is an 8-something billion
Yeah.
or
Right.
something. But he also had, I guess, insurance on that particular thing
Right.
as well. It's I don't think it's alleged at this point. I mean, I believe it is all alleged.
Yeah.
But I think from what is coming out and what is happening, everybody's like, he has till like December 31st. He's kind of the working theory.
This year?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why
He's got a
Lakers.
deadline.
Huge loans coming due, right? Is that what's going on?
And it said
Like,
that him
gigantic.
selling the Lakers it only accounts for like a third of what he owes.
And that's why the Genie Bus family court thing could potentially, you know, carry into it. Yeah, he's on a run right. On a run.
Makes sense why it happened so
Live
quickly,
dog.
too. We've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's like, all right, how much do I need? What do I need to have happen? Okay,
You got it.
Sick. December 31st. He owns. I looked into this. Obviously, Guggenheim Partners. He is the CEO of. That is $350 billion. I think they have in assets that he manages. So I think anything that he was doing, people would think yes, he could have access to that. And I think what he did would have been legal if he would have just like told regulators and told people. Like, I think there had to be votes on stuff. So I think that is why he's getting like kind of reprieve here, because it's like you didn't go through the proper steps to do what you were doing. But if you own a $350 billion money thing, and then you own a massive insurance company as well, right? And then you have these professional sports teams. You can kind of take out some insurance on some of the stuff, and then it's all kind of working together. But allegedly, he could have done this in a legal fashion from what we're reading. Bruce, you read into it a little bit more. I think that's why he's getting the opportunity to be like, yeah, you just got to...
Yeah, it's essentially in the process of, taking the loan from the insurance company, you check whether it's a affiliated business of the insurer or whoever owns the insurer or unaffiliated. He was checking unaffiliated when in fact all the, who the loans were going to were affiliated to him.
Clerical error.
Yeah.
Clerical error.
Sure.
Now, okay, if that's the case, we need, in the number, I think, it's like people are projecting 15, 20 billion he has to find. And that is, obviously, with taxes and everything, to find fluid that. Like, you're going to have to, I don't know how you go about doing it. I genuinely, but he knows.
Yes.
Lakers, see ya.
Yeah.
Dodgers, see ya. Chelsea, see ya. I think he's got a French team, too. I think he has some team in the French league as well. See ya. That
F1 Cadillac, maybe?
Yeah, he's got the Cadillac F1 and some other one.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That building's not done yet.
Yeah, so from our understanding, he also had the PWHO. I think
the Walter Cup.
He is the name of the entire Women's Hockey League's trophy because he founded the whole entire league.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I didn't know that
So
part.
name it right.
Yeah, so, hey, is it always going to be the Walter Cup? And if you change the name, does it still have its importance?
Same luster.
Because I saw him drinking out of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Looked like it was a good time.
I want to see him figure this out. I need a Hard Knocks, just Mark Walter.
He's
live looking at him.
Part of the HBO.
He's sitting like this right now. Yeah, he's got here's the number. Okay, what can we get? What can we get? Well, $12.5 billion is coming from the Lakers. Excuse me? Come again? Who's that? When can they pay? Tomorrow? Yeah. Deal. Fuck them. Genius. Would like that one. Well, what about the Bus family? They're going to have to figure that one out themselves. They certainly did. Let me look at Chelsea here. How's Chelsea doing? What can we get for that? People are paying a lot of money for soccer teams, right? Yep. Get it out of here. Okay, what else? Sparks. I own the Los Angeles Sparks. Get it out of here. Guggenheim. I don't think he has his job anymore. It's just him staring at his assets going, gone, see ya, need this. And will it still be enough?
Sounds like no. Honestly.
Simmons, I saw Bill Simmons talk about it. He's like, hey, this feels like he's not going to be able to get there. It's like, if a guy can just find that many billions in 4 or 5 months, that's a fucking...
Yeah.
I mean, I got an idea. Put $1 billion on PCA to hit a homer tonight.
Okay, responsibly.
He's not doing anything responsibly, so we don't even have to say that for him. He can do whatever. He's grasping at straws here. Hey, here's another idea. If PCA hits a homer, you know what's going to happen later on. Shohei's going to hit a homer. Put another $1 billion on that.
Live.
Yeah, live. That's what I did last night.
Yeah, okay.
And it worked.
Like, you're just trying to help a guy out.
I'm just trying to get this guy out of the Lakers. I want Bob Iger and the other dude to own it. It'd be awesome.
Well, then now there's people saying, well, do they? So, I mean, this is interesting. Pablo Torre, which I don't know how this all works out. I assume he's got...
Well, he covers the Tar Heels and the Clippers, so I don't know if he's going to dip into this.
He's got his feelers.
Oh, and O's.
Is Lombo back yet?
I don't think so. They did.
He was on leave.
Love you,
but did he
Lombo.
come back? They didn't. He's not gone for sure. Right? Is he still on leave?
Yeah, he's not allowed to be around while they do the investigation. Who knows how long the investigation will take place? There was a lot of people saying this is about blah, 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 and then they had to come out and say, no, actually, not that. Please have a little, but certainly something.
Too late for that.
Yeah, it's gone. So Lombo's pissed off a lot of people, and I'm finding out, I guess I have as well. So in these moments, people can really, really go after you, and they certainly did that to Lombo. They named their starting quarterback, though.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm. Somebody Lombo signed in the transfer portal.
That's right.
So
Wisconsin quarterback starting out there for University of North Carolina. Will this be the year that Bill Belichick and the Tar Heels are the 33rd NFL team, Ty Schmidt?
I think they have to. Otherwise, I think it might be clean slate situation in Chapel Hill. I think they might be firing Bill. What? I think they might be kind of getting rid of that whole staff. And I'll be honest, I'd love to see it, because I know Lombo busted his ass putting that team together too, even though he's not going to be able to be around to watch them play. Even they might not even let him watch on TV. I don't know. They might.
You think they're going to ban?
They might have someone standing outside his house be like, change the fucking channel. You cannot watch this game.
That's what it felt like.
It does kind of feel like that. But I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think it's pretty tough to completely change a team, who's kind of been an also-ran in college football and turn them into the 33rd NFL team in 2 years' time. But we're going to find out. We're going to find out, and they're in Ireland to start.
Yeah, well, that's what I was about to say. Bruce brought up, look at how red this guy is. Going to Ireland to start this entire thing? Good play, lad. Go on, lad. What's the crack? Maybe a career saver over there. So much Sopranos being watched.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So much Sopranos.
Finding some nuggets. He'll figure it out. I think Lon will come out unscathed.
Yeah, agreed.
All right.
It's been around a long time.
What does that mean exactly?
All right.
Yeah,
no clue.
It feels like, it feels like he escaped already.
True.
And obviously we have no information on anything that's happened down there other than what everybody else has seen. And I guess we can just kind of go off what everybody else has tweeted. They're mad.
Yeah, they are.
They're mad. They hate him. Get him out of here, man. And Bill Belichick's like, hey, look who we got coming down to practice to hang out. Who was it? He had somebody.
Aaron Boone. Booney was there on his day off.
Yeah, that's the Bill Belichick difference, getting these leaders that are at the top of their craft, getting a chance to come talk to the lads, kind of build up, not just the player, but also the person. That's what Boone's doing. Boone's actually probably down there getting a little advice, maybe, from Bill, saying, hey, how do I go about finishing this season out right? You're considered greatest coach of all time. And in return, Bill said, Boone, how do you relate to these young guys a little bit better? You know, I kind of, this is mutually beneficial, Ty, because the way you looked at me there was as if Boone's got nothing to learn from Bill Belichick whenever I even mentioned him. That is what you looked at me like.
We did this song and dance last year, and I got real hot last year because the Yankees weren't playing great. And then, lo and behold, I see Booney down there fucking, yucking it up. And it said, what the fuck you doing? We got an off day. Can't we be talking with Judgy or maybe talking with a couple of the relievers to kind of figure this out so we don't go, limping into the playoffs? I believe his son is on the football team. And the Yankees won yesterday after Booney's day off. So you know what? I'm okay with it.
Hey, the Yankees got, what, a 19-year-old?
21.
21-year-old George Lombard?
Yeah, George Lombard Jr. Yeah.
This guy's outrageous.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ridiculous.
Stole one the other day. We obviously saw him do that.
Yeah.
They're talking about the amount of runs that he stopped.
Defensive runs allowed.
Other people have taken 100 games, 50-some games to get to. He's got 9 games under his belt.
He's already
top 10.
Fourth in the league, and he makes a play like this literally every single night where it's just like, Jesus Christ, like it's unbelievable.
I love the 9-6.
Yeah, well, that's going to be changed at the end of the season. So if you are a Yankees fan, do not buy a George Lombard Jr. 96 jersey.
Oh, maybe.
Retro.
He's going to get a good one next year. Fuck that 96. That thing is ugly as shit. Do not need to see that on him. But yeah, Carlos Rodon, that was his first game back. That's the first time he's had him at shortstop, and after this play, he looked at him, he's like, you're a bad motherfucker, dude. I mean, he is. That play that deep in the hole, no bounce. He's got such a strong arm, his intuition. He's just a great athlete, and then he had 2 hits last night, too. So, for him to come up, Yankees didn't do a whole lot at the trade deadline, which a lot of people were pissed off about, but they finally brought this kid up who people have been begging them to do for a long time, and boy, he has been unbelievable since day one.
Yeah, it seems like he's built for the moment too. It looked like the Yankees of the past potentially, with Jeet running around in that infield. Obviously, that's a lot of pressure. Feels like he was born for it. Congrats to him. Brewers won by 3 touchdowns last night.
Yeah, that's
right.
I don't know if you guys saw that, and actually gave some away later because they were trying to celebrate the inning being done when it wasn't over yet. Can you tell me about one of these games? I like whenever positional players start pitching and then hits start happening and then all of a sudden, yay! 2 outs. Whoa.
What?
What do you mean? It was
Shit, we're gonna come back and win.
Oh, man.
That's crazy.
All right. All right. Yeah, we'll do it again, I guess. What does that mean, though? Yeah, well, you give them a couple runs. Yeah, that's what you do is overthrow, the entire thing. Yeah. You kind of just embarrassed us even more. We're down 19, so thank you so much for that. When you're in this moment, you're just trying to get through 9 innings. The issue with baseball is you have to throw strikes.
Yeah.
You have to.
Otherwise, the game will just keep going. Yeah.
Forever.
Can't just knee it out.
No, you can't.
They set a record for pitches under 40 miles an hour last night. I think it was 20-something or something.
Congratulations to them doing that because you got the Miz there.
Exactly.
So you got the most under 40 miles an hour and the most over 105 miles an hour from a starting pitcher. That's good range the Brewers kind of have in their clubhouse, I guess. How do they pick who's doing this pitching at the end? Just somebody signs up for it and says, you know what, I think I can get maybe a couple into the strike zone for these people?
Yeah, I honestly don't know. Usually it's just a position player, just like a guy like, hey, fuck it, can you throw it over the plate for us? Because obviously when you're a hitter and you see these beach balls coming in at 40 miles an hour, your eyes get really big, and it's actually much harder to hit a homer off one of those than you would expect. Some guy for the Brewers did hit his first career homer last night off a 40-mile-an-hour blooper. hit the fucking shit out of it, which you kind of never see. It was awesome. But most of the time in these situations, like the game actually, it does get expedited because guys are just blooping them in there. And then, guys are trying to hit it 800 feet. You end up, rolling over on one and grounding out to the third baseman. And it just, because at that point, even the Brewers are like, all right, fuck this. We're beating the shit out of these guys. We got to play again tomorrow. Let's get the hell out of here.
That's what their manager said, Murphy. He talked about how, the center fielder didn't know how many outs there were, but he was, playing catch with, some guy in the dugout, dicking around. And he was like, I actually don't know how many there are either. Yeah, no clue. Nobody was paying attention to the fucking game by that inning.
You know what I was paying attention to out of nowhere? AAA Portland. Tony's boy.
Yeah.
See ya. Roman Anthony is back. Con man, I know the Boston Red Sox obviously go on that historic run without him, and he's obviously on assignment getting back healthy, and he wasn't playing his best ball early in the season. But what we saw at World Baseball Classic and what the projections are on this guy and what he just did in Portland, is he back on the Red Sox sooner than later, and what does that mean for you guys?
Yeah, it's actually what we were talking about before the show, because I don't know baseball like Ty does, but I was like, hey, look, we went on that run. Do we really want to tinker with the lineup at all? But if he comes back and he's just DHing, he's not playing in the field, and he's doing stuff like this and hitting bombs, the Red Sox do have a real chance to go on a run, win the entire thing. Their catcher that they got at the deadline.
Double A,
excuse me. The catcher they got at the deadline, Adley Rutschman, he's kind of come on now. He hit a home run last night as well. He was one of the bigger signings, bigger moves of the deadline. So if Roman comes back, does this, our pitching, which has been very good, continues to go, we might be looking at a Red Sox-Yankees playoff series. Whoever wins that makes a run at the entire thing.
Could be sweet. Baseball's bringing it. I would love to see Tony's boy back in the big show.
Yeah.
Just strictly so we can say that.
Playing well.
That's kind of what it's about. And also we got to meet the lad. He's having a good time. He's what you need in a baseball player, I think, professional, obviously with how much they travel and everything. Feels like he's going to take care of himself. Congrats on being in Double A over there in Portland, not AAA. Rory McIlroy had a hilarious quote here. Rory was asked whether or not he thinks live golf players could bring value back to the PGA, and he said, I'd argue, have they brought value to live golf?
Wow.
It's a good line.
That's
fair. It's a good line. Are you going to the final event this weekend?
What an asshole.
That was a bar.
Yeah, D-Butt, you playing?
That's an absolute bar.
It is a
Rory
bar.
McIlroy.
So good.
F1's back. I got to go to that race.
Oh, it's a tough life being D-Butt. Yeah. Thomas Rhett got canceled. I heard if Thomas Rhett did not get canceled this weekend at the LIV tournament, you would have went to that, which I do appreciate you acknowledging.
Oh, yeah, that was,
Yeah, the cancellation of the concert was obviously a big deal. This is LIV's last weekend.
Can't pay him or what?
Yep.
Honestly, I don't know if they just said, we don't deserve Thomas Rhett's performance, personally.
That makes sense.
They probably told it, and they probably paid him and said, don't come, man. We don't want you to be a part of this. Your career is only going up and to the right, which is the exact opposite of what our league is currently doing. Rambo Bombo, I guess there's been some rumblings that he's coming back to the PGA. He's going to have the Brooks Koepka treatment where you got to go play in the low-level ones and maybe earn your way back up. Obviously, your first $5 million, I think, goes to charity that you win back on tour. There's some sort of, path. There has been a proven path. Will more live golf players take it? I guess that is for literally the PGA and Brian Rolopp to decide going forward. Rambo Bombo potentially being back in the PGA, though, I like that.
Huge.
Great. I like that a lot. I think that'll help not only golf, but him.
$25 million?
$25 million
I mean, he got
fine?
paid $600.
That can't be.
Still.
That's fair price.
To be honest, I don't know what's real, what's not. I know Nuclear Golf has done well reporting on a lot of things, so I think we can do that.
And this Tea Times pub is the only place I've seen this.
I was going to say,
anywhere else.
Yeah, I read that.
So I'm not sure.
I read that all this stuff is coming from Rahm's team because they want him back, and that no decisions have been made by the PGA because, like you said, now Rolopp kind of has.
And
he's got all the cards here.
We were through this entire thing, the entirety of it. And I was very supportive of athletes getting a shit ton of money to play sports. Now, there was obviously a lot of grandstanding on where the money was coming from. And I thought we should just point out that whenever that particular type of money goes into any business that's publicly traded or maybe any other business, it's celebrated as another round of investment. But whenever athletes get a chance to benefit from it, everybody seemingly wants to attack it. I thought that was a little hypocritical. Now, we have not accepted any money in that particular fashion, but I'm just saying I didn't like how the athletes were being attacked, where businesses, for almost all of them, are getting a chance and celebrating to do it, but athletes can't do it. So that was my entire stance. I didn't love that it was splitting up golf, but I did enjoy that guys were getting generational changing money to play sports, But I also knew that the way the PGA reacted and the way the LIV golfers were acting on their way out, like it did feel like, hey, this is a decision where you're making, hey, you are deciding.
Us or them, like for life. It felt like they really, I guess I didn't understand or realize how pissed off the PGA people and players would be and how tough it would be to get back. It's like, yeah, I don't know. The $25 million fine, if that's correct, that's crazy.
We don't know if that's correct. Obviously, these are all just rumblings. And if it's Rombo's team, that's them potentially saying, hey, this is the amount that he'd be willing to, whatever these numbers are. But I just think going back to that time, and I guess this is just like with Aaron Rodgers. Like when Aaron came on at Pittsburgh Steelers training camp, I knew, obviously, he had a victory lap to take. Okay, I knew he was going to take a victory lap. I didn't know he was going to be that, but it made sense after you think about how much they said and what he went through. He was holding that for a long time. Felt like it was a therapy session to kind of get it out. It's like the PGA guys were very pissed at the LIV people. Like, you're not only ruining the sport, you're ruining the league, you're ruining the future, you're taking a buyout, you're a bad person. So I think the victory lap angle, hey, LIV's dead. You guys continue to carry the PGA through a little bit of competition with another league that was trying their best to kind of break you guys apart and everything like that. They could do that, but I think there's a lot of deep wounds still from that. Yeah, I think there's a lot of deep wounds still. And that's why I'm saying, Brooks getting back in, I thought was a huge deal. I was like, golly. But Brooks kept his Nike deal. Brooks, from the beginning, I think wasn't considered the exact same. So if any of these guys get back in, I think that is a huge deal in the PGA Tour's eyes because they were very fucking pissed.
I get that, but also at the same time, the whole LIV thing, it changed the whole dynamic of the PGA Tour. And it changed the elevated events. It changed the money because if you talk to a lot of golfers, obviously not the guys at the top, Scotty, Rory, Fleetwood, those guys would be good anywhere. But you talk about the middle of the pack and the bottom of the pack and, the business model around PGA and how it was and how they had to live, on a week-to-week basis. We talk about their schedule year-round, so no guaranteed money. You got to basically, so yeah, you could be pissed, but looking back, it changed everything for everyone. So
helped
now,
the PGA.
Yeah, and then ultimately, if you are an athlete, if you're a competitor, if you're at the top of any sport, you want to play against the best, as often as possible. So I'm sure, those guys have their personal gripes, but obviously not all the guys from LIV, but probably a handful of those guys I think would make the PGA Tour better.
I think you also got to remember what $1 billion was offered to a couple of these golfers.
Yeah.
And they turned that down. Now, those who took $500 million to go do this and golf louder, now they're coming back to you got guys that turned down. And yes, a lot has gotten better at the PGA Tour. Guys turned down a lot of money to not go to LIV.
I guess I see it. Now that I think about it, I guess I kind of see it as players thinking, I could have cashed out a ton and then came back and all. Yeah, I guess I see a little.
That's what I'm saying. I think there's some deep wounds,
especially Rory, because he would have gotten $1 billion, and then after he didn't go, they basically shoved the microphone in front of his face, and they're like, "Hey, you kind of need to speak for everyone now and talk about how much LIV sucks." And I think he was very reluctant to do that at the start, but then eventually was like, "Actually, yeah, fuck these guys. I'm gonna say whatever I want. But I don't think he wanted to be the poster boy for it at the beginning, and then it kind of just happened. So it makes sense why he's like, fuck these guys. They don't bring any value. No one missed them when they were away. I can see why he's, he doesn't want anything to do with them.
He's not the only one. Now, the good news is, I think for golf fans, because once again, I would like to see Rombo. And I would like to see, Dustin Johnson maybe get back in.
Bryson.
If he wants to.
The yard
DeChambeau.
Ian Poulter.
Bubba. Whatever.
Ian Poulter.
I would like to see Cam. I would like to see all these guys. If we're just going to start listing off the entire LIV roster, I would like to see all these guys back in the PGA. But I think there is going to be, maybe it adds a little excitement, I guess, to it. But Rolap wasn't there. Rolap's a post all of this hire. So Rolap, I think, can have a good view on hey, I understand what you're saying. Hey, I understand what you're saying, without being fully personally entrenched in hey, these people were actually attacking us directly. And he's obviously shown to be a great businessman, obviously a good deal maker. I think what he did with Koepka, we all liked, right?
Yeah.
I think we all liked what he did with Brooks.
Well, and that's the question at the end of the day is what's the best thing to do for the PGA Tour? Is it to have all the best guys and the top guys, and Rahm's a massive name. Is it the best for the PGA Tour to do that versus like everybody's feelings? You know, like what's the best for all the feelings of the golfers who stayed? Like that's kind of the question Roll App has to deal with. And like I feel like we all know what the answer to that is, and that's why it's just inevitable that like the main guys are going to come back. It'll help it even more. The things that they did by leaving helped the PGA Tour, absolutely. But them coming back will also help. And if they have to pay a fine, they got to pay a fine.
The Duke's Mayo Open, okay, in the middle of the PGA season that nobody's going to, that's going to be PGA golf with a lot of live people. Like the bad weekends are going to have potentially leaderboards where we're going to see familiar names. Because it does feel like it's like, yep, you're going to have to earn your way into the bigger events by, playing well. Because we don't have any international points for you because Live never got. Right?
No.
Nope.
They never got.
What were the teams? Can anyone? I never could understand what
Yard
the teams
goats.
they're trying to sell. But hey, you can get equity. You get equity in a team, and the team's going to be worth all this money. I still never really understood.
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, every time I was told that, DeChambeau came on and told us how smart it was. Bubba came on, told us how smart it was. I understand the concept of people getting behind teams, but that takes a long time. The WNBA is in their 30th year.
30.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just became profitable, right, with the brand new deal that who negotiated?
Yeah, Engelstone.
Engelbert.
Thank you, Engelstone.
I don't know who that is, okay, but I know
Kathy Engelstone.
She saved the league.
Commissioner of the W.
Just felt like building that brand name to become something of value in a brand new style of golf while also trying to launch a brand new league. Felt like that was a little bit shooting for the moon.
Takes time.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, you're building team brands while also trying to build a brand new style of golf and a league.
Been playing golf for about 350 years. Let's not try to reinvent the wheel here. It works. They kind of figured out, which is kind of what we talked about with the broadcast as well. It's like,
Goats almost did it. I feel like it.
That's true.
You know what?
Go-Goats
The Go-Goats did not almost do it.
The Go-Goats were almost like relegated down to a lower level.
They were.
They changed the rules for both.
You're right.
They changed the rules for the Go-Goats team.
Good colors.
Yeah.
When that guy showed up with those shoes, do you remember? Was it a couple weeks ago? The new guy in charge of Live who said, we need $250 million.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be able to find that. He had those shoes on.
Yeah.
Knew they were
Well, they have an investor. They just won't name him, or they go.
Mark Walters.
They go to a different school. I'm surprised he's not involved.
He's gonna have to hit on a couple home run hits. I think.
Yeah,
he's gonna have to get
He
into
took
that.
the Goats plus 12,000 this
Someone's
week.
got to go. Think how sad it's been an emotional day. The last tournament in Indy, like
last one ever.
You're right, Mitt. We'll make sure Mitt goes and gets boots
Mitt
on the ground.
and Talk will take it in.
Nick went last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, he went to watch.
A great time. Be honest, Nick. Great fucking time, right?
Good time. It was a good time.
Change his tone.
You have a good time at like golf outings when you're raising money, which is kind of what Live was.
Yeah, it was so sparsely attended. You could sit like right on the edge of the green and walk. It was cool. No, I got to see the guys. I got to see Rombo Bombo. I got to see DeChambeau from 10 feet away making putts on the 18th green.
Got to watch Phil kind of break through. The sun's shining this way, the water's this way, the grass is growing this way. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Maybe pop a couple lines, jokes, so you got to really experience it all there.
Kreischer going fucking nuts
on the par threes.
Yep.
It felt like like a golf outing, right? It just felt like a regular.
Yeah.
It felt like Anthony Calhoun's golf outing, right? Is that not what it felt like?
But louder.
All these.
But louder.
No, because they're pretty loud. Those things, everybody's got a speaker on their cart.
Yep.
There's something up front. Somebody's playing. It was a golf outing. Live was a golf outing.
Yep.
That's what it was. And it raised no money. I can't believe you ever supported this.
Not dead yet.
Raise money.
He would never watch it on TV, I'm convinced. It was the worst TV product of all time. Golf has been on TV for so long. They have it figured out. It's perfect. It's very fun to watch. That product on TV was so bad, and I think that was the root of the problems. No one could watch it, and no one could fall in love with the golfers again and the competition of golf and all that stuff. It was horrible.
Brandon Reef is reporting this has been severely challenging over the past few months. I have high confidence the league will continue on. The facts and pattern of performance have been really good. Mm-hmm. We have work to do and accomplish and hurdles to overcome, but I wouldn't bet against us, says Scott O'Neill.
Hell yeah, Scott.
CEO of Bear Stearns.
I appreciate the hell out of you, Scott, for this and taking this task on and everything like that. I'm betting against you.
I'm with him.
Didn't you hear?
I'm
Didn't you hear?
bullish on him.
Is he the guy that said, "Hey, if you're making a ton of money and you need a bunch of write-offs here, we can. If you invest in us, we can show a loss for you." I think that's the guy that said that. That was his investment. Like that was his pitch.
Once again,
I did see that as
no,
well.
no stone unturned. This guy.
Right. I guess you're right. You are right. Yeah.
Hey, whoever, if you got it, we got something for you. Just however you need. You need a write-off. You want a loss? I got that for in abundance.
$250 million a year you can write off. Here you go.
You want 20 years into golf and we'll have you front row seats, 18th hole every single. We got you. Whatever you need, however you need it. If you're trying to move money really quickly, we got you. However we can get to what we need, we will accept it, says Scott O'Neill. And I respect that. I respect the hustle out of Scott, the Live CEO, but I like that he said he wouldn't bet against them. And everybody says it's over, right? It's already over.
Yeah, their international footprint is got a long road ahead. You guys
didn't they just say that the last tournament ever is in Indianapolis?
Yes, this year, AJ.
Did they
not
cancel
ever.
Why is Thomas Rhett canceled?
Well,
Still haven't paid the course for
Rom's
January.
going to be back in 2 weeks.
You got to pay Rom. All right, we can't. Thomas Rhett, sorry.
No, they're not going to pay him.
Next year.
Wasn't there a story the players didn't get paid after this last
story? Mumbo jumbo. Malarkey.
What was the city
Carried
that
water.
got felt like they got bankrupt by this? What was it? It was
all of them.
They were supposed to go to Michigan. I know they canceled that.
Oh, well.
Freaking the Aussies love it.
Michigan told him quickly.
Yeah.
Hey, you're not just taking up all our tee times, okay, for something nobody's going to watch. We got members here that have weekend tee times. That's what Live is at right now. That's where Scott O'Neill's at. He's telling me not to bet against them. Detroit Golf Course is picking their members' tee times over their tournament right now. That's crazy.
Yeah, I like that move, actually.
Yeah, I like that. Was that your golf course that you grew up on?
No, I wish it was, but probably pretty close to it.
Listen, die happy, man. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they canceled what? That's a Thomas Rhett banger.
Yeah.
Surprised we got that. What's another one? Give me a deep cut. Give me a deep cut. Don't give me one everybody knows.
Oh, fucking banger right here, D-Butt. Baby, last night was maybe the best night that I've had in a while. Yeah, he's got bangers, man.
Play Mamaw's house.
Mamaw?
Yeah.
You said Mamaw's house?
Mamaw's house is good.
Yeah, Mamaw's house is tearjerker.
Start it off for us, Hawk.
Okay, yeah, let me hear it.
I don't want to disrespect the great voice.
No, I know.
Pipes of Thomas Rhett.
He won't be disrespectful.
Maybe it goes like this. Give me some of that.
Is that what it is?
No, I want to hear Mamaw's house first.
I thought you were about to drop in there like a 1, 2, 3. That's right.
Give me some of this, Mamaw's.
Mamaw's house. Here it is. Okay, little Morgan Wallen, Thomas Rhett. Oh, it's my guy TR.
Okay.
Is this what he in the back of the?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cooking bacon in that Mamaw's house.
Not playing that Live Golf this weekend in Indianapolis. Not a sign of bad.
No.
No. Because die a happy man, they just can't let him play it.
No.
Especially at what's happening there.
I believe they also had to cut the prize money down, like 1/10 of what they initially said they were going to pay everybody. Hey, winner's going to get $35,000 now. Okay, I know we were saying 20 mil. You can get fucking $3,500. All right, and you're gonna be happy.
$35,000 and $3,500.
First class ticket home.
Yeah.
They were flying some sweet jets.
Wait, Thomas Rhett got canceled?
What's that?
Thomas Rhett was supposed to play the Live event and they canceled him.
Where the fuck have you been?
They can't afford him.
I know we've been talking about it, but I'm saying it's a known thing, and they said we can't pay you, so you can't come.
We don't know if
We
it was
don't
because
know,
there's a chance that they didn't want him to play Die a Happy Man because nobody there's going to be happy because it's the last hour. We genuinely don't know.
It is going to be emotional. Yeah, that would just be I would take it over the top, make it even more sad.
Liv has also canceled a schedule with Thomas Rhett and Disco Lines.
Disco Lines is out too?
Unavoidable changes in the goddamn entertainment program. What do you want us to say?
They got a speaker coming in. They got a speaker coming in. That's just, I'll tell you what, Thomas, can't have it. So we had space. We thought, actually, we don't. Now, this isn't a time for these country musicians to be touring or anything like that, right?
No.
Summer's
almost over.
Summer right into fall. Thomas Rhett scheduled a whole weekend with Liv, and what they do, canceled on him.
Jeez.
I don't like that, and there's no way he's getting paid for the gig.
Or Liv just said, fuck it, Thomas Rhett's going to be there, and never even talked to him.
That's a good
And they
point.
were just promoting it the whole time. We're getting Thomas Rhett. We're getting Thomas Rhett. And then week of.
Thomas Rhett's people go, excuse me, we're getting a lot of emails about, hey, what is this? And you think they're like,
fuck.
Thought he was coming.
They should have done a Mega Bowl situation in Indy this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Mega Bowl.
Could you imagine giving Thomas Rhett if he was at the tournament? Now, Thomas Rhett definitely would not be going to a live golf tournament in Indianapolis ever in his entire life. But let's just say there was a lean that he was potentially going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
The live people just holding the guitar, trying to plan the right time to shove it in his face with a camera would have been a good little thing to see Scott O'Neal kind of figure out. Hey, die happy man, right? Boom, microphone, bang, put the camera on him. Thomas Rhett, everybody. And then Thomas Rhett found out.
Mm-hmm.
Was like, hey, actually, I don't think that's the right way to go about it. Fuck it, cancel it publicly.
Yeah.
And disco lines, we need to get them the fuck out of here. They were saying some lines about Penn State earlier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
That's a crazy story.
The merch.
Entrepreneurs. Huh?
Great names coming out of there.
They were moving, man. Sounds like they were really moving there. Yeah. Pablo Pledgecobar. That's crazy.
Do you think they're like in their headshots? They're like, that's just natural because they look like, hey, there's no way we're moving a bunch of product with the way we look, like how they look like buttoned up, like preppy college school kids.
I think
It was the
people
frat
would,
photos.
Yeah,
That's the point.
I think people would say that's what.
That's what I'm saying. Do you do it on purpose though to throw them off? Like, yeah, no one's gonna expect this.
I don't know. The lawyer dad that's also involved in it from Pittsburgh, fascinating. He also had everybody had the same idea.
Pretty good plan, to be honest.
How we're dressing for this.
It's a great plan.
Yeah, I mean, you get caught, not good plan, but I understand what you're saying.
Until then, yeah.
Somebody, because this is years later now, 3 years later, allegedly, from when it all took place. So who spoke first? It was a pledge, probably, that was cutting it up.
Someone, people snitch it.
Spoke to somebody about it. You should have seen what I was doing in college. They had me fucking in the back kitchen, literally cutting and bagging this entire thing. And then somebody was just like,
What'd you just fucking tell?
where was that at? And then all of a sudden, right person hears about it, obviously.
Pledgecobar.
You think Pledgecobar was talking?
No, I'm saying that's how then they kind of read it, and then that's how they got to him.
You don't
That's
get
how
a
it
name
happened.
like that.
The son of the lawyer got pinched and then said Pablo Pledgecobar gave me the
Yeah, he was
the
a
weight.
supplier.
We don't want you. We want the big fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was bringing in from somewhere else, they said. So
Colombia?
New York and
Philly.
New York and Philly.
By way of.
Yeah, by way.
Allegedly, they were bringing in from New York and Philly. So Pablo Pledgecobar will immediately, this is exactly where I was driving, we would assume.
Yeah.
Right? How much jail time do you think?
For Pledgecobar?
No, for this crew.
Combined, 0.
What?
I don't think you're gonna get a hold.
If they go high enough, they might get a nice life in Whip Pro.
Sounds like Pledgecobar's going to spit in the lawyer's face and say, fucking eat shit, give me 20. I ain't telling.
To life.
I ain't ratting on fucking anybody.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like, Pledgecobar. Based on what I read, that's the kind of guy they're dealing with.
He was the last one, right, to turn himself in.
Yep.
He missed his time to turn in. It was potentially fugitive. Dog the bounty hunter, but maybe he was going to go get
That's
on.
no paterno, baby.
Fuck you, take me to prison, bitch. That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah, it's like a 10-year in prison thing, minimum, for, one of them.
Probably do a $5.
We'll see.
What do you say?
Went in for a dime, serve a nickel.
Kid got pinched with a kilo, so I imagine they moved more than 5.
Snowpaw?
Them having the whiteout, too, just.
Uh-huh.
And then the coach Lanning.
Yeah.
That was making
Bit of a
its way
ricochet.
around
That
here.
was funny.
Ricochet.
Yeah.
The internet was on fire for that.
That's a college drug now?
What do you mean
Penn State,
now?
yeah.
I would. I mean, back in my day, that wasn't really a college.
You sure? I went to school like an hour away from you.
It was the other stuff.
So,
Addy, stuff like that. But
So Penn State, obviously this is what you think about with like, money kids. Money kids who can buy the drugs, you gotta, like the high schoolers, we were always intrigued by what other schools, like the kids who had money, what they were doing, like at their parties. Like I played soccer in a very wealthy part of town. Go to a party over there, and it's like, oh my God, you guys,
different life.
Jesus Christ, what are you?
you guys are not just pounding natty lights
Yeah,
here?
you don't. I need a
roll up
pitcher.
Swish.
I need a pitcher. I'm putting fucking natural light in this and a Red Bull. Okay, that's what I'm doing. You guys seemingly got a little different party. So I think that is I think that is kind of the separator on like who can get. It's all just who can get access to what. It seems like in Penn State, a lot of those kids, I think, have the money to be able to buy a.
Yeah, I went to Connecticut. Like, you know, the kids. A lot of kids I went to school with had money. Just maybe I just wasn't aware of it, but I didn't really see people doing that until I got in the league and went to other.
Open your
regions.
eyes, man.
And we'd like to remind
Jungle
every-
Juice. It was
Jungle
trying to
Juice
roll
is
some up
great.
some swishers. You know,
Yeah.
and like kids don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Nowadays, you
Soft,
can't.
OG, too dangerous.
Hey, listen. Nowadays, you actually cannot do it. Okay. Back in our generation, I guess we couldn't either because I've lost a lot of friends. There's like an entire generation that has like one in every 6 people basically that were part of that just kind of got wiped out from pills and everything like that. But the drugs now, you just can't even.
Yeah,
can't
China.
even think about it. Can't even think about it.
China's rolling in the big F.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, very worried about that.
That literally is happening.
Very
all
worried
the time.
about it. I think that is something that we should rally around telling people. Like, hey, you guys can't even dabble, okay? Can't wait to tell Mackenzie that. Hey, you might think you're having a good time. You're so cool. Fucking, you can't do it, okay? Because this shit will end you immediately. Back in our day, hey, me and your mom, okay, we had friends. It was socially acceptable in some place. Now, death sentence. Can't do it. Sorry. The generation before you ruined it, and it wasn't them.
Yep.
It was something else. And it's like, God, it's crazy what the world has become. It's all right. Godspeed, everybody. Stay away from drugs.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. That's scary stuff.
Very much so.
Moving coke like that in college, though, he had to be a fucking king. I bet. He had to feel like an absolute king.
Yeah.
I couldn't even fathom how cool he felt. I got pledges in the back chopping it up. Don't even worry. About it. Like the amount of tours he probably gave. You know?
Really trust the people. Really trust the pledges.
A lot of people, yeah.
I mean, I guess
Brothers,
part of the
man.
brotherhood.
Yeah. Secret
Can't trust
handshake.
anybody.
No way Pablo Pledge-Kabar says, you should have seen what they made me do.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's an entire, that is a part of the pledge process, actually.
Pudge Kabar's going down, and he's gonna fucking love it.
Okay. All right. Caitlin Clark,
Yeah.
she continues to dominate. Do you know that she has the most Player of the Week titles out of anybody in the WNBA?
Oh yeah.
Shout
Go,
out.
Caitlin.
Kelsey Mitchell has tied Asia Wilson for the most consecutive 20-point games in WNBA history. She's on the eve of breaking that particular record. Sophie Cunningham still selling out buildings, getting her ass booed up in Canada.
Sure.
She knows what's coming when it's coming. And Aaliyah Boston's still picking up double machine. The Indiana Fever are going to win the WNBA, and we're going to do the parade.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
What do you mean?
That's what I'm talking about.
Like, what do you mean we're gonna watch it on TV or?
We're going to clap big time for it.
Yeah.
Just like 2012.
Oh, we're gonna have a float.
Yeah, just like the.
I don't think we're
Tamika.
getting a float in that one, brother.
Probably not.
I don't think that one is taking place. But we will be incredibly pumped for a team in Indianapolis to win it all. Like, that'll be great news. That's why I wish the Fishers Freight would get it fucking together.
Oh, they're not the favorites to win it.
Who?
Fever.
Yeah, number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
Oh, they're fourth.
Minnesota.
They're fourth in the odds to win the whole thing.
Las Vegas is a staple in that league.
They just got beat by like 30 last night.
That'll
Minnesota's
happen.
problem.
Coach got
Fever beat
they're
him
the
by
favorite.
40.
They're the favorite.
The Lynx?
Yeah, the Lynx, and then the Aces, and then the Valkyries, obviously, and then the Fever.
Yeah, but we all know what push comes to shove.
So what?
Kelsey Mitchell is going to make everything. 20 points for 20 straight games.
Pretty good.
That's unbelievable. She's an absolute bucket. Wearing the Hallies, which obviously we appreciate, doing it in the Pumas. And then Sophie Cunningham averaging, I think she's shooting like 46% from 3 or something like that. I think she's doing it. So not just somebody that's fighting people and starting a lot of wild conversations happening. And I'm excited to see how that all,
kind of plays out.
I think it is going to play out over the next couple of months. I think we're going to get a definitive answer on everybody for society, which I think we all have just been kind of like, what are we doing here in the next couple of months, AJ? It feels like that one's going to
happen, right?
Yeah. Feels like that's going to come to a boiling point. I don't know if you saw two showed up to in the stands saying they want to also enter the draft.
Oh,
I did not see.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it happened last night. And then obviously you got Enos Freedom and Royce White saying, and Enos Freedom has come out and said, I've talked to 20 other guys. They're ready to leave the G League and experiment what they're thinking about. So this is all that's going to be gigantically loud when it all happens. And the W is going to have the Fever as the champs for it.
True.
So
Boom.
that's what we like.
Mm-hmm.
Good for the Fever. Good for Caitlin Clark. She's getting buckets right now.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And all the things that have been said about her, not being good enough for all this shit, it seems like it's all kind of coming around for her. And the Fever seem like they're a tight group, even though everybody said they should hate the head coach because she's not good.
Well,
you said that.
I didn't say that.
You said that.
I did say that.
I did say that at the start of the year.
I said it like last
But then after she hit everybody with the love will always win.
True, I forgot.
I'm back in.
How did she end it too?
If you don't like that, you can go to hell. And I
won us over.
Yeah, she won me over.
And the women have just.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they've bought in.
Have you gotten a chance to be a quarterback in the NFL? Con man, I saw that you had a chance to experience it through Jalen Hurts' helmet.
Pretty sick.
We're seeing a GoPro on everybody's helmet. We saw it on the Cleveland Browns quarterbacks. Jalen Hurts had it. Obviously, you can break down his decision-making process where he's looking. Look to the right, move a guy. Look to the left, move a guy. Let's throw into a tight window. AJ, what did you see here from the quarterback's forehead?
This was awesome. I mean, this just gives you a glimmer of how difficult it is to sit there and read a defense and the tight windows you have to throw the ball. But yeah, this was so cool to see. I hope to get views like this from like during the games in the future here in the NFL when they can implant little deals in your face mask or something.
True.
Oh, like something right there on the forehead that people have on the
It's
glasses.
not a big heavy GoPro though. Yes.
Yeah, because the glasses now have very high quality cameras. Not that they didn't have them before. I think there was, a couple people famous on the internet for those. But I think now with the glasses, they have very high quality cameras that are not like intrusive or obstructive. And if we're getting this type of shot and this type of angle, this type of access, I think people will love that for ball. What did you see, Connor? You said, yeah, right. I could never do this in my life. And Jalen Hurts takes a lot of heat. He did so much there. Looking to the right, he's never going to throw that ball to the right. That is strictly just to move some people. Then looking back to the left, let's get them off balance again, and then bang, let's go ahead and hit this. It was fun to watch the chess play from Jalen Hurts' eyes.
Yeah, it was crazy to see it from this, and just keeping in mind that, like, hey, the D linemen, they aren't going 100%.
I was there. Are they supposed to be trying this drill?
Yeah, like if both the D tackles are also throwing their hands up in the air, like Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, I assume are these two right now. I'm not sure exactly, but if they were really, really going, just that added element of pressure and just the anticipation of it all. Like where he throws the ball at the time he throws it, Dallas Goedert isn't really there, but just how difficult quarterback is, it's hard to fathom. This gives you just a little bit of an insight. And then if you were to just add 60,000 fans screaming as you're doing all this too, it's just, it is so impressive, and I just can't wait to watch it full speed.
Shout out to the Eagles social.
Yeah.
And he just played that defense like a fiddle.
Yeah.
But obviously offensive, defensive line, brother-in-law in a little bit there down in the red zone. Obviously, hey, let's get to tomorrow, boys. And you see Jalen, all right, I'll do a big fake jumpy here to kind of get this thing. But on the defensive backside, what did you see here from Jalen?
Yeah, you talked about it. We've been talking about it a bunch because of Mad Max Crosby out there. But that halo, just protecting the quarterback, they're not going to do too much and keep bull rush and do that. Sometimes you just get a left up, get a hand up maybe. But yeah, everything Conman said, and just watching this clip, this just reminds you like, okay, this is why these guys are getting paid $50 and $60 million a year, because they got to go out there and do this, for 30 snaps that they're passing the ball. But very, very impressive. And like you said, the biggest bounce back was from the admin over there in Philly. Because, everybody gave him shit about posting the Q Mitchell pick. And then you bounce back with this, like this was big.
We do not know if it was him. We do not know if it was him
or
her. Okay, just make sure we get the proper in there. I think with NFL social media, I think more likely her from our understanding in research.
Okay.
But I do appreciate the bounce back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was an all-time fuck our quarterback post that I've ever seen, And the internet thought the same thing. Now it's like, why don't you guys try to beat this guy for one time? I like them giving us that.
Yeah. And that's the thing. When you're posting a highlight from training camp, if it's your team, somebody's going to be the low light. You know what I mean? So if you post a touchdown on Quinyon or Cooper DeJean, it's like, damn, you're making our guy look shitty. Same with the quarterback. You make a play on the quarterback. So it's part of it. That's why these teams also, especially social teams, love the joint practices. Patriots, boom. Okay, now I can post 15 touchdowns in a one-on-one. So, but yeah, great bounce back by the admin.
Not all the admins love joint practice.
No.
Well, good point.
Yeah. We would like them to, because guess what that is? Football. What are you? A football team. The biggest in the world.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to be a football team. You have a football team. You should do football. Thank you for the access to the Eagles.
Yeah.
For letting us see what Jalen Hurts can
Need more of that.
We do. That was spectacular.
Sick.
Cleveland Browns doing that right now, right?
Mhm.
Aren't they doing it on both quarterbacks?
Yeah.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, we got news out of the New England Patriots camp. Vrabel's in the middle of a fight.
Good.
He's obviously pulling it apart. He's done this before. No helmet, no gloves, no pads. And he just puts his head in the middle of it and he starts pulling guys back. He has been on the record with us saying that there was only one member of the Titans that he thought could beat him up. And I don't know what the number is with the New England Patriots, but certainly in this particular fight, Vrabel did assume going in that he could beat everybody up without the pads. And that's why we love him. But on that note, this is inevitable. I think these fights are inevitable, AJ. We kind of end the show here the same way we started it. In football, especially in training camp, everybody's miserable. The people that aren't miserable, punters. I'm having a good time. Now, if I'm staying at home, I'm much happier. But if I'm up at a dorm, maybe I have a little bit to complain about. You know, I had to get up and go pee down the hallway.
Sure.
I didn't like that. Everybody else miserable, from my understanding. It's obviously very physical. It's very tasking. It's a lot to learn. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of anxiety to perform well. And anytime you're banging and clanging, sometimes you can get locked, rocked, and cocked out there, as Jim Harbaugh would say, and get after it. So I think this kind of is a good depiction of how we kind of view all these fights, AJ.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a field goal period, too. We talked about special teams earlier. That kind of gets it going when the special teams get together. And I know the one joint practice when I was with the Bengals for a year, we practiced the New York Football Giants when Tom Coughlin, I believe, maybe his last year. And I remember doing like a special teams drill there where you're like kick slide, and then, you know, the Giants guy is trying to grab and hold you and you're trying to release. Like, that definitely got that. We didn't have any big Donnybrook brawls or anything, but that, like, every single rep was so competitive and so combative that, like, it was on the brink. And that was before you go to team period. So, yeah, it just, you can feel it. You can always feel it about to boil over.
Patriots, Eagles were the ones that are in joint practice fight. You see Big Dahn making his way over as well. You see him here in the back.
Oh.
Yeah, got Vrabel in the middle of that. Big Dahn making his way over there.
Heavyweight battle.
Yeah.
They're doing live field goal against each other?
That's a good way to start one, for sure. Offensive guard with a D tackle, you know, just giving a little bit too much. The ball's already been kicked. Yeah, right, dude. This is not how this is going to go. Just all you need is one throw into somebody else. Wham!
Yep.
Getting into the kicker.
Especially you think about the D linemen on both of those teams, the interior guys.
Yeah.
It's mean cussing.
Absolutely.
A lot of beef.
Oxes. Just oxes. And the offensive linemen have to just sit there and die slowly. It's like, I died. You did a little bit too much. So we're going to fight. Special teams period, always a nightmare in preseason. Joint practices. I remember that. Chuck bringing up the Chicago Bears joint practice and having no fights. Okay, I appreciate that reminder, and I appreciate how mature our team was. I remember the punt period just being scared to fucking death. All right, here we go. How many punts do I got? 15 of them. Great. All right, here we go. Is that guy more athletic than a guy that's never done a punt rep before? I think so. How do you make a team? You block a kick. That is the easiest way to do it. So I was scared to death through the entirety. I thought it was good to get me ready for the season, though.
That's right.
You know, good to get me to the season.
Are they told to stay off you, though?
Yeah, but
No,
the other team doesn't care. Not my punter.
Sure.
yeah, who cares? Hey, stay off the punter, stay off the kicker. Guy who's probably getting cut. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Sure. I got pushed into him. Then he goes right in your leg and he can say, hey, I got pushed into him.
That was a nightmare. Cincinnati, fourth preseason game. I've told the story before. It's on Hard Knocks. Guy made the team because of it. I get flipped. Comes right off the edge. Oh, yeah. Fourth preseason game. Guy that's never going to make the teams ever. They're blocking. Why is he out there? Who knows? Boom, full flip, pounded, slow motion in Hard Knocks as I'm going through the sky. Guy makes the team. So I can't wait for next preseason. This is going to be fucking great. Nobody cares except for the people trying to block a kick to make a team. And now Hard Knocks is saying if you block a kick, you make a team. Great. Can't wait to do it. Boom, get me the fuck out of here. Get me the fuck out of here. Let's just get to the regular season. I like that thought. But Jim Harbaugh said, we just got to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I hate how bummed he was.
He's very
That
bummed.
was a bummer.
Very bummed.
So bummed.
But it was refreshing because we're used to Riverside.
Oh.
Yep.
Hey,
Got getting carted off with a neck injury, may never walk again. He got moved 7 yards down, fellas.
That was crazy. That was a wild thing that I saw from you football people. College, I go to West Virginia. That was really my first time going to like football practices. And Rich Rodriguez is the coach, and Rick Trickett's the offensive line coach. I mean, it was pretty intense practices, I would say. Nice little introduction to football. I see this guy, certainly career ender right there. And then it's always, Let's go. Move the fucking coach. 15 yards up. And this guy's just down here.
My friend.
Yeah, well, his season's over, so do you want yours to be?
You've been there where they drive the ambulance out, and the ambulance is 15 yards away from your inside run period that you continued after this poor guy broke his neck or something.
That was wild. So to see Coach Harbaugh like that,
yeah,
nice little side of human he's got there.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the hell out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you all so much for allowing us to do this for a living. Football season is going to be fun.
Yeah, almost here.
Awesome.
Actually, we are going to have like a very fun football season.
Fuck yeah.
Let's enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
There's a lot of people that would like us to disappear, feels like. Reading a lot of those. Just know that we're going to be doing football in a big way. And there's actually some people that like us, too, to all the people that hate us. So you can continue to bitch from your side, but we'll just go ahead and represent our side. And then hopefully ball will be able to bring us together whenever it's happening, like it does with everything else. And you're a lot. Come on, the water's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, geez Louise, dude. You know, AJ, I don't know how. They're a talented group with their words. They're a talented bunch, I will say. But I am super excited. We are super excited, and we are incredibly lucky that we get to do it. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. D-Buck, great work this week.
Hey, you too, brother.
You bets.
Safe travels.
Thank you, brother.
Good luck at the live situation.
And also,
I'll be in at the Dutch Grand Prix in the Netherlands, so I won't be able to
Nice.
go.
Oh, okay.
You're going to the.
Yeah, so
Congrats to you.
Can't make it.
That's a long trip.
Sprint weekend.
That's a good commitment to F1. Because I always thought your G1 commitment was fake.
No. I'm locked in.
You're flying to the Netherlands.
Probably have a new champion this year.
Yeah, it's not going to be Cadillac. They don't got any money. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. We're in this thing together. Team on me, team on three for the good of sport, baby. 1, 2, 3, 2. Goodbye.